Hey, we back. This is the Random Shuffle. Of course, I'm your host, Ray Swaby. Hey, we got some special guests in the building. This is a special episode. Of course, we're gonna start it off with the homie Jeremy Baker, aka the co-founder of the VOR podcast, also the founder of the Unity Project. Guys, this dude is a true humanitarian. Appreciate you to have you back on the show. We also got the homie chairman Afrika, all right? Newark's finest Jersey stand up. All right, this is a real hero. When you talk about in the communities, he's in the communities, all right? This is no excuses. This dude is, all right, he is a true hero to the community. And, bro, thank you so much for having us coming on the show. He is a Black Panther, and he is here to discuss what needs to be discussed. Then we got the homie Luke back in the building, all right? Comedian, also great with political views, and is just your everyday homie, all right? Then we got the homie Henny West, all right? Singer, rapper, producer. He could do it all, Mr. Diverse, I call him, all right? Also knows a lot about politics, all right? This is going to be a dope-ass show, so let's get it started, all right? Let's get it started. All right. So, I wanted to talk about something that really shouldn't be focused on, but we got to talk about it. Unfortunately, Chairman, I can't wait to hear your opinion on this. We're going to talk about Brandon Tatum, all right? So, Brandon Tatum was a cop. Brandon Tatum was a cop for 6 years. Now he's a big conservative YouTuber, all right? He is the co-founder of Blexit, all right? His whole thing is stop blaming the system. Chairman, I want you to, this question is for you. This question is for everybody, but I want you to answer this first. Why do you think a black man builds an entire career convincing other black people the system was never the real problem?
So today, we have a podcast earlier prior to this, and we were going through Wretched of the Earth. That's a book written by Fans Fanon. It's a revolutionary book that explains what you need to do, like during colonization, to liberate yourself. And they explain the process of colonization, which is what we're living with. I don't care where you are. We are all being colonized. Like people other than us are making the decisions in the communities we live in, and we have no say-so in them. But there was a portion here that he wrote, that Du Bois wrote. I mean, not Du Bois, Fanon. I can't do it justice. Like, I have to say from what he said. And this is Tatum. Like, this is I didn't even know you was gonna talk about Tatum today. We were just reading.
He's been everywhere. We got to talk about him.
He said reality. He said reality is hostile, which spurns the native. This hostile world, ponderous and aggressive, because it fends off the colonized masses with all the harshness it is capable of. What he's talking about, the system, the rent, how we have to survive in this society, the harshness of it. Like when you watch my social media page, when I'm driving in the city, there are police parked, waiting for somebody to drive by to give them tickets. I'm not talking about you violated the law, somebody speeding, but they're monthly situated in locations in the city to give out tickets to people that are making $13,000, $20,000 a year. And if they find anything wrong with your car, they will take your car, and you have to go pay $300-$400 to get it back. People in these communities don't have that money. So it's like, it may not be violence where you took out a knife and you stabbed them, you took out a gun and shot them, but these ways of taxing them is violent as well. And he goes on to say to escape that reality, like people like Tatum would sell their soul, and they will protect these institutions like rabid dogs. That is who Tatum is. Like, there's no conversating with Tatum. Tatum doesn't believe what he's saying. You know how I know he doesn't believe it? Because he lies. When you're telling the truth, you don't need to lie. You don't need to wake up and write that shit down and memorize that shit in your head. The truth is the truth. You ain't got to make it up. And Fanon said, we are the truth. The masses of the people, the peasant class, the people working paycheck to survive. You are the truth. Somebody like Tatum has to become a police officer What kind of person becomes a police officer? Then after becoming a police officer, you choose to become a reactionary, like Republican. Like most people understand, like the Republican are the bad guys. Even though if you don't know politics, you just know like Republicans, like that's the KKK. I'm not dealing with them. But not only did you choose to become a Republican, you chose to go get other black people to become Republicans. For what? For free? Because this is your passion as a human being? No, it pays well. They pay them well to escape our reality. Tatum don't want to be in the hood with me. Tatum don't want to be dealing with the rats, with the roaches, with the landlords, slumlords. He don't want to be dealing with, when you go to the suburbs, they don't have sheriffs sitting there. I got all this stuff on video. They walk in the street when they see a car coming by, and then they pull you over and they give you a ticket. This is entrapment. What they're doing is criminal, but they don't do that in the suburbs. Tatum don't want to live in North with me. He want to live in a suburb where they don't do none of this stuff. So he would sell his soul. And I understand him. I understand exactly who he is. So I would never even have a conversation with him. There is nothing for us to talk about. He's a different species from me. I mean, he survived off sucking the blood out of all of us. That's what he does. And he's no different from a KKK member. He's no different from Donald Trump. He's no different from Obama. He's no different from Kamala Harris. He's no different from all of these people that are here to maintain the system as it is. And they propagate it. They give it what? Social credibility. That's his job. I never checked it, but go check his bank account and see who's paying him. He is funded well for what he is doing. I mean, so it's like, this is the last note. I saw an interview with him the other day on Nancy Grace. She's been around for like 90 years. I remember Nancy Grace when I was little. I mean, but she was interviewing him, and he said all the children, all the boys from the Nolan Wells boat trip, they all took a what you call it? What they call the test? The lie detector test. What they call it? It was a word he used, but they all took the lie detector test. So Nancy Grace asked them again, did they all take, what was it called? It's polygraph. So okay. Nancy Grace asked him, did they all take the polygraph? He was like, no, they didn't take the polygraph. It was other means of determining if they told the truth. Like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? I mean, but it's like you gotta lie. You gotta lie to sell your story. And once you talk to these people, you see quickly that there's no dead there.
Yeah. I once heard him say that Charlie Kirk was not racist. A recent clip. And after that, I was like, yeah, this is stupid. This is stupid.
In that clip, too, he was also claiming that if you just simply point out that somebody is bigoted, racist, for just like obviously being bigoted or racist, that you're the reason. If anything, God forbid anything happens to them.
Right, you're the cause of it. It's like, what are you talking about, man?
If people talk crap on each other all the time, if I get hurt because of that, I wouldn't say it's because somebody disagreed with me or thought I was like a socialist or whatever, which I am. But like, it's absurd. That clip was particularly absurd, the one I saw.
Eddie, you got to jump in here, man. We're going to keep going. It's a two-way.
That's what happens.
It's like double dutch. I mean, but it's like, it's a two-way street. Like, he could say that, and then he could go on tomorrow and talk about how Democrats are this, how this is that, and talk and do the same thing. When you read Mal, where's the red book at? The red book is somewhere around here. I got my little red book here. But when you read Mal said you can't be a communist one day and then go on acting like you're not a communist the next day. You are who you are. Your ideas, your philosophy, the way you think is who you are. I mean, and the reason why we read it is to understand that. All these people are liberals. They say one thing and they do the other. Like they flip it, they could do whatever they want. He's just a liar and a fraud. There's absolutely nothing to gain from listening to him.
Mm-mm.
And I agree with you, Chairman. He's like, nothing is worse than a brother being a sellout and also like portraying his people and getting money for it. Nothing's worse. Like you said, that's the equivalent to the KKK.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent to the KKK.
It's so much easier to grift off the right, though. So
Yeah.
when you're in a capitalist society and that's what you do for a living, because he's built his whole image around being a cop, but he's not a cop anymore. You know what I'm saying? But he still tries to pretend he is one, like he knows everything about being a cop just because he was one for a little while. So yeah, it's just this capitalist society, man, and we have a lot of stupid people out there that wear red hats and worship Donald Trump that are just more than happy to give their money out to anybody that'll have you seen this is off topic, but you see the recent grift, the woman who literally just sits there in tight pants with her legs basically look like she's at like she's at the you guys, I'm not gonna get into it anymore. If you guys haven't seen it, you gotta look at it. There's a woman, a conservative woman who has gone through so many phases, and this just to give you an example of how stupid the right is. Like she did street interviews and that didn't work. So now her latest thing is she'll sit there, talk conservative talking points while sitting in tight clothes and yoga pants with her knees basically up to her chest. So her hoo-ha is just right in the fucking camera. And these guys are like just shelling out money left and right. And she's just getting tens of millions of views. You got to look it up afterwards.
Maybe this reach a bigger audience.
Right. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I should do my podcast with my knees up in my face. And some of these MAGA dudes would be like throwing money at me because we all know they're in the closet anyway.
Not you, my guy. Not you. Not you. Not you.
Sorry, Hattie. You know what? Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey, not you, not me. Then nobody want to see us in no spandex, my boy.
No.
We can't get no money like that.
That'd be awkward.
All right, so Brandon Tatum actually traveled to Mississippi to review the Nolan Wells case, right? And he told the News Nation he doesn't believe race was a factor, even accusing Ben Crump and Al Sharpton of turning it into a race narrative that doesn't match facts. What do y'all think about that?
Well, sorry.
Go ahead.
Basically, I've been watching, I honestly didn't know too much about that. And I'd heard a little bit, bits and pieces, but first of all, it's just first and foremost, it's just immensely sad. The kid seemed like just a wonderful, wonderful person. And but the idea that we don't know absolutely everything yet, but the idea that it's in Mississippi. He was last seen potentially talking to a white woman. I'm not saying 100% it was definitely this, but the idea that it couldn't possibly be that, which seems to be what I'm sorry, his name's Tatum.
Brandon Tatum, yeah.
He seems to be saying, "Oh, there's just no way that this is that." It's no, that's absurd. It's in Mississippi, and he was last seen talking to a white woman.
Mm-hmm. I believe personally it was just over a female, but I also personally believe that, and this might sound crazy, and this is just my opinion based on what I've seen. I think he was either choked or lynched. Because of course, didn't his family, when they got the body back, his throat was basically missing, this area, and then the back of the head there was bruising and stuff like that, which to me put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? And it just fits the pattern of black men are being lynched in the United States now again. You know what I mean? This is not the first time we've heard of this. There's been way more this past year and a half than I've ever heard in my entire lifetime. You know what I mean?
There's a few undocumented. I think there was one I knew about that was last year. I don't know if it was in North Carolina or somewhere like that.
Mm-hmm. There was one, the kid had his legs was broke, and they found him hanging from a tree, and they're like, he hung himself. How the fuck do you hang yourself with two broken legs? It doesn't even make any sense. I got DMs from a kid who's I don't know if you guys heard about that Electric Forest festival where they found a young black man in the woods, and they try to say that, it was just self-inflicted, but I got personal messages from my from his personal friends saying what they're telling us is a lie. The cops are covering up. As soon as I found out that Nolan Wells, one of his friends or mom was a judge, I was like, oh yeah, we're cooked. You know what I mean? As soon as I heard that, I'm like, yeah, we're not going to find out the truth. They're going to cover it up.
Stories as well. Not everything lines up completely.
No. Well, plus the audio just came out. The audio where you can hear him in the background. saying, "Oh my God, is he dead?"
They're saying, was that the one where it was like potentially his friend asking about his phone, like from the boat?
It was there. No. This is a different one. This is a different one. This is when one of the kids called into like the boat towing place, whatever the fuck you rich kids do when your boat starts to sink, because their boat was taking on water. So they called to report, "Hey, I'm a member. Can you come help us?" And you can hear in the background saying, "Oh my God, Nolan, is he dead?" You know what I mean? You could literally hear it. It's been released by multiple outlets. And Tatum tried to discredit that too. Like, the guy's a piece of shit.
What did he say about that? What did he say? He's a fake?
I can't remember exactly what he said, but he's just going on. Like, Tatum's the same guy that cried when Charlie Kirk died. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here with this guy. It's just all a grift. What do you think, Hattie? I don't know. My point there with that one, or?
I mean, most of the time they just do it for money, you know, because the internet doesn't work for you if you're not controversial most of the time. So if you say the thing that people want you to say, it's not going to work for you. You're not going to get any traction, you know. So I mean, it makes sense for him to, you know, do that, you know, as part of his. It's just like a sideshow, you know. I mean, I use the internet well, so I kind of know how it works. You know, when I was just using just the platform just for music, it didn't work for me. So I had to kind of bundle it with politics or something I strongly believe in. That it makes people react to it. You know, like we're reacting to it. You know, so if he was saying the right thing, nobody would react to it. He would be a non-factor, which is crazy. You know, it sucks. That's the way it is. You know, but yeah, I'm assuming his pockets are being filled quite well.
That's the crazy part that we struggle with. That's what pisses me off about our society. Like, because Chairman Afrika and they have after school programs. I go to Newark to help. Like, we're trying to take 15 kids to our water park here actually in like 2 weeks. And we have a hell of a time raising money for these things. Like, we're actually trying to make people's lives better, but we're not, you know, I guess that's not controversial or whatever. But if I try and go fuck with ICE or go to one of these concentration camps, people are okay with donating money to that. It's just, I don't know, man. It seems like our society is just so backwards sometimes.
What makes you angry?
Yeah, the right, they rage bait. They rage bait and they say what they know the right wing wants to hear, and they get money for it. It just sucks.
Yeah, they want you to believe too that Americans are being stripped away from whatever their Americanism. You know, that's what they use. They fear. So people, you know, can jump on board. It's pretty sad that people actually believe it and they see it and they're okay with it, you know, and they jump on board too. I mean, I see it all the time. Even with the Hispanic group, I'm Hispanic. So, and they've convinced them through, you know, the transsexuals or, you know, the gay community, because that's the big spark for Hispanic male masculine men, you know, so that sparks them. I don't want my kids going into the restrooms and, you know, women are using the restroom that are men, and you know what I mean? So that's an easy thing. So you can keep feeding it, you know, and that's what makes Trump and these guys. So for me, he figured it out. Like, okay, I can beat the system just by doing this. I can this is what people want to see, you know, so I can beat it like that. So you hand it to him because he doesn't know shit about nothing. But
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
He's figured out a way to psych people out into believing straight bullshit, you know?
Well, their whole base. Sorry. I was going to say their whole base. They don't need proof. Like, if it comes out of Donald Trump's mouth or if somebody says it on Fox News, they don't research. They don't look to see if it's a lie. And then they know once it's out in the air, they're going to repeat it on social media. Oh my God, Donald Trump said this. You know what I mean? And they're just a bunch of morons, and they've learned how to use the voting power of all the dumb fucks in this country to take over. And they're not going to give up power. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That's why I'm not promoting elections this year, because I did that shit last time and it fucking blew up in my face, obviously. And now we see how corrupt it all is. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Both sides are paid off. If anything, we can agree on that, I would think.
Yeah.
Both sides are paid off by one country that I will not name, because every time I do, I get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? The country out loud.
Like, it's not, it's like APAC. You can name APAC, man. Like,
right. But I mean, both sides are paid off. So it's just, we're kind of, I don't think they're going to give up power because Donald Trump is going around just treating Washington, D.C. like it's a personal playground. They're building a 6-story fallout bunker luxury fallout bunker underneath the White House. They gave him a personal plane, a $400 million bribe in the form of an airplane. Qatar did. And then what's the newest one? He's charging people $100,000 a month on Truth Social to give insider information into the stock market. So for just the low, that's the new one, low price of $1.2 million a year, you can get even richer because that benefits nobody.
But those people
man,
those people in Kuwait that gave them the plane,
Qatar,
Kuwait, wherever they at,
whatever.
When they started, when Iran started bombing them. No, because when I say that, I'm not just being dismissive of the people there. I'm dismissive of the whole state. Those are like states that were put up by imperialists in the Middle East. I mean, these are not real, like they've been here for thousands of years. I mean, like these people are just they're a colony. They're just a gas station in the desert.
Right. They control the resources.
That's all they are. And when they gave that plane to Trump, when Iran started bombing them, Trump couldn't do nothing to protect them. They took the resources to protect them, and they sent those resources to Israel. So it's but it's not the people. I'm not even going to say it's the people. It's those that are in power that are making all these decisions. But going back to Tatum, so let's say me and 6 of my friends, we go to DR, and there's a white boy with us, and something happened, we come back, we got his cell phone. And we back and he not here. Nobody know where he at. You think what do you think would happen?
Bro, it'd be national news. You never fucking hear the end of it, man.
You think the sheriff, they took my car. We do I be long-winded because I gotta explain everything. But we have the programs in the community. That's why Ray said I'm in the community. We have actual programs to serve the people in the community. So we have a summer camp because they charge the kids in the city to go to the summer camp that the city hosts, that the government hosts. They charge $300, $400, $500 for children to go there. And because the parents are working, they got 2-3 jobs, they can't take care of the kids. So anyway, so we provide these camps for free. So on my way dropping the children off, the police stopped me and they illegally stole my car. They said I didn't have registration. When I showed them the registration, the date and everything on there, but they did it because they were upset with me. They were upset because I'm always pulling over, doing pig patrol, challenging them on what they're doing with other residents. So they took the car. So this same sheriff department, I fly back with 5 of my friends, and I leave a white boy, the son of a judge. We come back without him, and we got his cell phone, we got all that stuff. So you telling me Officer Tatum is not, let's say Officer Tatum is an officer, he gonna let me go home? They're not going to bring me to the precinct and keep me there and try to find ways to keep me locked up until they find out what's going on. I don't understand who he thinks he's talking to because he's not talking to me. A friend of mine that I grew up with since middle school. We was playing video games and everything, basketball in the backyard. He called me. He was like, hey, they got Mitty. They got my son. I'm like, what happened? You're like, his baby mother shot herself in the house. And when he called the police and they came, they arrested him. They took him, whatever. Because she was they had the medication. She was going through all the mental stuff. It's already documented that she tried to kill herself. But when they locked him up, that he was sitting in that cell, they were not trying to find ways to clear him. They were trying to find ways to put him in a hole. So when he called me, I was like, we got to get him a lawyer. I'm like, I took some money. I gave him some money. He called his cousins. He called the rest of his family. He put the money together. We gave it to the lawyer, and he was out of that jail cell. After they had him there all day, he got out, I think 11, 12 o'clock at night. We went to pick him up. So from when she did whatever she did to her, or whatever happened, he was not allowed to go. And he wasn't going to go nowhere until he had lawyers, somebody to come in there to push some weight around. You telling me Tatum doesn't know this is how the system works? But he's a professional liar. So he'll go there and say, I don't see no race. Yo, the sheriff department said after like 1-2 days, yo, there's nothing to see here. The person is missing. They have his cell phone. Nobody know where he's at. But they already made up their mind. They didn't even look at the what? When he go the what? The autopsy. They didn't look at nothing. They just said, there's nothing to look at here. What are you talking about? I mean, it makes absolutely no sense.
Didn't he have one of the kids on his podcast or some shit? And that's how he based his decision. He was like, I had a conversation with him, and my internal lie detector determined he was telling what the fuck are we even talking about here? That's not police work, bro. That's like I could do that shit. You know what I mean? There's no forensics involved in that at all.
Yo,
Jesus.
He knows
he can go kick rocks. Yeah.
What? Yo, D.L. Hughley recently said a joke, and it's so true. He said, "What do you call one white guy in a room full of black people?" Safe. Because it's true. Because you're not. You know what I mean? Like, I died laughing when he said that shit.
We laughing, but you've been to North. Jeremy has traveled 2.5 hours, 3 hours to come see us in the hood. And how do you feel when you're around all the black people?
I feel safer than I do in a room full of white people, to be honest with you. I mean, I mean, seriously, I'm not lying. And then maybe
I know.
I love going to Newark. I love going to Philly. Like, I get nothing but love and respect. Like, the people see my videos, they see the shit I'm talking about, and they come up and tell me, like, look, we like what you do. I get DMs all the time from people thanking me, like, from the black community. And I say thank you, but part of me is like, why the fuck are you even having to thank me for just being a decent human being? You know what I'm saying? Like, that should not have to be a thing. You should not have to, as a black or brown person in America, thank me as a white person for just being fucking decent. That's all we're doing. That to me is crazy. But that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in, because a lot of white people are afraid. You know what I mean?
Let's flip that. Let's flip that now.
Y'all did a good segue, because we got the next topic we're gonna talk about is white privilege.
Yeah, I have one big thing on that.
I abused the shit out of it. Yeah.
No, but it's not white privilege, right? So when I went over there, when we went there yesterday, we in the sticks in the woods. So we had a conversation about being careful, watch your surroundings, know what's going on. Even when we went to get ice cream, yo, bro, like, I did not feel safe at all. And then he had on a T-shirt that had the police officer hanging on a noose, and a white person hanging on.
It's a Klansman and a Nazi hanging by nooses in the front of my shirt. We are in the whitest part of fucking Pennsylvania.
and on the white, on the back of it, he's talking about he doesn't like white supremacy or something. So
yeah.
I'm over there, like, I'm looking at my 9, my 12, my 10, everything. It's like, because they're walking by and they're reading the T-shirt. And I mean, like, the first thing they saw was a dog. They're like, "Hey, dog, what's up, dog?"
And they looked at me. That's why, exactly. Like I said, I abuse my white privilege. I like making white people feel uncomfortable about racism. Like, if you have a problem with that shirt, that tells me everything I need to know about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see that shirt and you come and be like, it's offensive, be like, oh, okay, I see where you stand. It's very direct.
Let me ask y'all this question. Why do you think so many white Americans would rather deny they have privilege than just sit with the fact that they do?
Psychological. It's a really common thing. And it's just, like, I'm not trying to excuse it, but, like, everybody, when we succeed, when we do well, we want to believe it's because of what we did exclusively. And yeah, even if you do, you should take pride in what you've done. But, like, it is genuinely, like, especially if you're from, like, a conservative household where this is told to you, hard work. And especially when you've genuinely worked hard, like, you're just psychologically inclined to believe that you've succeeded because you did well. And if somebody has not succeeded, that it must have been because something that they did wrong. And do you mind? I have this, I'll try to keep this as short as possible, but I wanted to mention, you guys know the GI Bill after World War II? So my grandfather, my pop-up, my mom's father, he was 16, 17. Luckily, he never had to fly a bomber. He was a pilot Never had to actually bomb anybody, which we were very thankful for because he was a very sensitive man. But after the war, he was from a very poor family, but he got to go to university on the GI Bill. Now, black people technically also got benefits from the GI Bill, but due to the fact that they were less likely to be actual, meaning actually like soldiers, meaning people who were fighting, meaning they weren't allowed to be, like segregation, the quality of African American universities at the time, like the GI Bill heavily favored white people at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he went to university. He worked very hard. He became an accountant for DuPont. Actually, I wanted to mention that to Chairman because Chairman knows about DuPont.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he was on that salary. Sent my mother to a very good high school in Wilmington, Delaware, called Friends. Sent my uncle to 8 years, I think 8 or 10 years of university to be a toxicologist, and supported his wife. Mostly, she worked a little bit, but mostly supported her the entire way. Now, did he not work hard? Yeah, he worked hard. He did all that. So everybody would say, somebody might say, and he was a conservative actually, so he would probably have said, well, I worked hard. But even from 2 generations ago, my mother was able to pay for my university, partially because she was set up well by my grandfather. So laws and policies from many, many years ago are still affecting us now. It's not even just the way you're treated in like today. It's like years and years and years. Again, like I know Jeremy and Chairman Afrika, I know your parents were born when segregation was still a thing. My parents were born when segregation was still a thing, and I'm 30 years old. So it's like, it's really just not even that long ago. So like, this is the thing that came to my mind when you put it in the topics that we were talking about, like white privilege. It's not just how we're treated now. It's how you were economically set up from years and years and years of policies and decisions made by people in power. So yeah, that's my thing on that. Hopefully,
I just noticed
that's great. You it's like you got a sociology degree. You hit it right on the button. No, like I'm sitting here, I'm in the projects, I'm in the hood, but my life too is like it's a progression. Like my father grew up in Nigeria, in Africa, and my mother grew up in Africa too, and he had to battle that to be able to come to America to go to college and even have me here for me to be able to go to college and whatever. So it's like a progression. But people, like the laymen, people that don't really think, that really don't do the reading, they don't understand why white people look at things the way that they look at it. We're all socialized. Like your father, nobody's saying your father didn't, like you said, nobody's saying it didn't work. Bro, he went to a war. He went to, like, just think about the trajectory for him to get to where he had to get to. He had to go to a war, come back, get the money for him to go to college. Like, all these things is not easy. He's working. He's busting his butt. Go through these processes for him to be able to get a job at DuPont. Now, to him, he bust his ass. That motherfucker, I was dodging bullets. Who the fuck? How you gonna tell me, like, I got privilege? See, but what he does, what he wouldn't be able to see is the other side of it, where it doesn't matter what you do at school. You went to the worst schools. It doesn't matter if you went to the military. They were not giving you the GI Bill. They refused to give it to you. See, but like, he wouldn't know that unless he dealt with them people and he talked to those people. Or even if you came back and let's say your education was so bad that you can't even go to college now. So you're not even in the runnings to work at DuPont. But it's like, but all these things is privilege that other people get depending on where they grew up, where they live at, what race they are. I mean, but be that as it may, I'm a Panther. I follow the teachings of Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton said at some point, I mean, like, we have to understand that we're in a class struggle. Because, like, let's say that your father, if he had grew up, let's say in the worst communities, if he had grew up in the hood, he probably wouldn't have had the education that he had if he went to school with me. I mean, so he would still fall under that class paradigm. Like right now, like I told Jeremy, yo, you going to that? Yeah, I'm gonna always bring it up, Jeremy. I told Jeremy, you about to go to Delaney Hall. You about, you about to go up against the power of the state. Yo, I am surprised they haven't brutalized people yet. Jeremy, like, yeah, I'm going, man. I gotta go. You see, he don't have his meta glasses on no more because they took the shield.
Yeah, hit me in the face.
They hit him in the face with the shield.
Yep.
So your white privilege goes but so much. I mean, because we are in a class struggle.
Yeah.
And if you take your whiteness, there's a Boondock episode where they called the professor. He was talking about what was he saying? General say
Christmas episode. I know exactly what you're talking about. Harambe.
Yeah. And you told him they're gonna fire you. You're an irresponsible white man. They're gonna fire you. And at the end of the show, they fired him. Now he came packing up his shit, leaving. But I say all of that to say, like, the way where we're going, the heightening of the contradiction. We are by and large in a class struggle. Yes, there's racism. Yes, there's all these different ism, patriarchy, everything. But we are in a class struggle that's paramount. And if we don't start to understand that, because the only way to defeat the people, our enemies that we're fighting against, is for us to have people power. Yeah. We don't have enough guns. We don't have enough bullets. We don't have no power of anything. We don't control the police. We don't control anything. The only thing we control is us, our bodies, and the masses of the people. And if we go around saying it's only race, it's just I'm only working with black people, I'm only working with people of color, I'm only working with Puerto Rican people, I'm only working with white people, yo, they're gonna keep you in that box.
Yeah.
I mean, so until we understand we are in a class struggle, yes, there's privilege. They have to have privilege here to divide us. Because if we all got the same thing, like we will be standing together. I mean, that's why they came up with the slave law, the slave codes, or whatever, to divide the indentured servant from the new slave that they had brought from the Africans to work here. You had to divide them. Because they used to be fighting with each other. One of the first shows me and Jeremy did was about John Brown. John Brown was a white dude that was lining up with black people. Yo, what's his name? Frederick Douglass? Was it Frederick Douglass? Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman ran with him. They used to go to plantations, like killing the slave master to free the slaves. That's real American history. Yo, this white people, like, we can't have none of this shit. Word up. Like, divide these motherfuckers. Yo, they gonna live in the suburbs. They gonna stay over there. Keep them apart. I mean, but we have to understand the main thing is we in a class struggle, God damn it. And Fred Hampton told you that. And if we don't come together and work together, we are never going to defeat them. Period.
I've been using see, this is how I explained it to Jeremy. Like, I know I have white privilege, and once you have, I think that's the problem though, is a lot of white people don't even understand what white privilege is. Like, they're just like, well, I don't get any special treatment, you know what I mean? But it's not, it goes way beyond that. But I think there's a lot of ignorance when it comes to white privilege.
So, like, they just think, well, it's tough for me too.
Yeah. Now, I will say, however, leading up to getting hit in the face with a riot shield, I probably said and did a lot of things that a lot of people could not have gotten away with. I was in these cops' faces, like, drop your gear, do something. I fucking dare you. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was in their faces, like, read the fucking Constitution. You know what I mean? I can't wait till we have the next Nuremberg trials. Is all y'all gonna be part of it? Like, I was getting in their faces, but a lot of people might not have been able to pull it off without getting arrested. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, Jeremy. I'm at home watching this shit on TV. I'm like, I'm sitting there watching it on TV live. And I'm like, I told him don't go over there. He's standing there, he got the gloves on, he got all his stuff. I'm like, oh my God. I thought they were going to kill him. I thought they were going to kill him.
No.
I mean, word up. When he called me, I was so upset. Like,
he was mad as shit at me, Yeah,
because look, the real work is in organizing and building institutions and trying to reach the people. Mobilizing those people to be able to fight back. Yo, if it was 100 of us, 200 of us, they wouldn't have hit you with no riot shield.
I agree with that. We need to get definitely agree with that.
Yeah, we need to get those people. Then we could go out into the community and show our strength. But right now, man, stay behind that camera, my boy.
I know.
What were you saying though, Jeremy? What were you saying though? About
what do you mean?
About white people don't realize.
Like, I don't think they really understand the concept of what white privilege is. You know what I mean? Like they just feel like, oh, I'm not racist. You know what I mean? So they just kind of dismiss white privilege. They don't realize that white people do get special treatment in the society. I think they're either in denial or there's just like there's levels of ignorance. You know what I mean? Like we got to understand not everybody's well read. Not a lot of people are from the country, the Midwest. They don't know anything about this. Like it's mostly white people out there anyway. You know what I understand? So they all just feel like, I don't know. They just feel like they don't get any special treatment, so they're not special in any single. But they don't understand how complex it is when you look at our society and how big, like all of it's built on racism. Racism in America was literally invented to keep everybody, and I think we said this on the last show we did together, like even white people separated, you know, and oppressed. But white people don't understand that. But so I think it's just like a level of ignorance to when it comes to what white privilege like really is. That
And
people need to just kind of either experience or like my thing is go out into the communities. Like you want to see what it's really like out there, go out there, man. You know what I mean? You're not going to really understand what it's like until you see communities that actually are being oppressed. And then you're going to get it. You're going to be like, oh, okay. When you see 3 bus loads of probably innocent people getting shackled and walked into Delaney Hall, you're going to understand that you're standing on the other side of that fence, most likely because you're white. And that's why the cops and ICE isn't messing with you. You know what I'm saying? That's a level of white privilege I don't think a lot of people in this country realize that they have right now. Because black and brown people were, because right now with the Haitian, they took away the Haitian special protective status. My theory is that's just their way to they can start racially profiling black people, because they're not going to stop at trans people or gay people. They're not going to stop at Latino people. They want a white-only America. They've basically come out and all but said it out loud. And I think people just really need to understand that. So if my whiteness protects me in some way or gives me some additional privileges that I can abuse, I'm going to, because I hate this shit. So,
yeah. Have you got anything to say?
I mean, that's what make America great. What the MAGA movement is, you know, it's basically so America looks like America, and it doesn't look like, you know, it doesn't look black or brown or, you know, Chinese or whatever, you know, even though they're Americans, they just want it to look a certain way, you know. So,
well, perfect example. If you go on Department of Homeland Security's Twitter page, they'll post memes and say stuff like, "We can go back." And it's usually a picture of like a 1950s all white family. They're telling you that's what they want. You know what I mean? They're right in your face telling you on social media that's what they want. They've said out loud they want to deport 100 million people. Who is left? You know what I'm saying? It's
a question. I want to ask you, you Hispanic? Where you from?
I'm from America, but I'm just, my parents are Hispanic. I'd have to go back a few generations to see where. I don't know exactly where, but I know I'm Hispanic. You know.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
now
but
yeah. Do you be around a lot of Hispanic people?
Yeah, Hispanic, black people. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have very many white friends. I'm just to be honest with you.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
No. I want to know about the Hispanics. Because like, yo, when you're driving around in the city where we are at, yo, you see them kidnapping people. You see ICE walk up. Yo, they're not asking for paperwork. Yo, somebody's driving their car. They'll stop. They'll cut them off. They'll surround them. They'll go in there and drag them out the car. Like, this is straight kidnapping. I try to ask some Hispanic people in North.
Henny's from the LA area.
Yeah. So where I'm currently at now, it's better. It's a better area than when I grew up in. So technically, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've only seen ICE maybe twice, you know, and I haven't had any problems with them. But where I grew up,
the question I want to ask you, are there conversations on how to deal with this? Or is the Hispanic community coming together to say like, yo, they're really targeting people, they're kidnapping people? Because it's not like they're kidnapping people that committed crimes. Yo, high school kids, a high school girl going to school in the morning, they grabbed her, threw her in the back of the truck, and she was gone for months. Like parents, fathers, mothers. So like, is there a conversation in the community? Because like, I'm asking, like, I can't go to Hispanic people, especially like somebody from whatever country they're from, and they're trying to survive out here, and I'm talking to them about ICE. They're looking at me like, who the fuck is this guy? I mean, so it's like, it's hard. It's hard for me to have that conversation. But are those conversations being had?
No, here's the thing though. There is a difference though. I've been asked this question before, but there is for me, I'm Hispanic and I have a bunch of Hispanic people, but they're all American people. I don't really know any immigrants. So the way I handle it, if I was to get pulled over by ICE or the police officer, I just give them what they want. A lot of times when you see these type of things happening where, they're taking you out of your car, they're beating you up and they're doing all these different things, it's because you're not cooperating. I don't have nothing, for me personally, I don't have nothing to hide. If you want to threaten me and say, there's drugs or, I have a gun or whatever, go ahead and search it. I have nothing to hide, so that has protected me. When I was younger, I was way more brash. You ain't doing this, and that used to get me in trouble. Now that I'm older, I kind of know how to maneuver it where I don't have these problems anymore.
I want the other way.
No, it's not, because it's probably where you at. They're not that aggressive. I mean, but where we're at, where I'm at, I seen it. Like 4 days ago, I was driving in the car and I saw them pull over and they grabbed it was 4 people in the car. They grabbed them. I recorded it. I went and the cell phone was still there. The car was still on, and they just took them. But this is like a repeating occurrence where it's not like they're fighting back with the police. They're arguing. They're just kidnapping them and letting them out like 3 months later. And I keep asking myself, is there any groups in the community that's like coming together to find ways how to protect these people? Because we're living in modern day Nazi shit. This is really
exactly
not Nazi. I know you probably not seeing it how I'm seeing it wherever you live at. Just all communities, they're not doing it the same everywhere. But here, they're literally kidnapping people, and it's like I'm watching it, and I know history because I'm a history major too, and I'm like, damn, nobody there's no, I don't know what they used to call the Spanish revolutionary group. There's no revolutionary group that's gonna stand up and say anything. Because we have politicians, a couple of them in the council are Hispanic. We have a few of them, but they don't say nothing.
No,
they say nothing. They don't say a peep.
The Democrats.
Anything. So it's it's deep, man. It's deep. It's deep.
Oh, Henny, I was gonna say this is a good example of what I was talking about earlier. I recommend that cause I have a buddy out in LA, he's a comedian that I do my podcast with on Mondays.
Yeah.
And he's big part of the protest scene down there. I always recommend to people, just go experience it for yourself. I'm not saying you need to be in ICE's face or in the cop's face or whatever.
Yeah.
But just to feel those emotions of seeing other people and what they go through just to protest against this stuff. It'll change you. It'll change your perspective on it for sure.
No,
but I recommend if you want, there's ways to do it. I wish we could shut down Doremus Avenue outside of Delaney Hall. If we had 1,000 people out there, they're not going to do shit. Sharon was saying, collectively, we have strength in numbers, but we go out there as individuals. Our side is not organized at all. It's just basically a bunch of people that are like me that feel like this is what we need to do. This is our obligation. This is our civic duty, whatever it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? But we're not organized at all. That's why we look like a bunch of idiots just running around getting bear maced all the time. But we still do it. You know what I mean? Just
you don't look like idiots. You don't look like idiots.
No, I know. You know what I'm saying, though? We're out there. People don't understand why we get bear maced and then we're there back the next day. What's her name? Alex got hit by a car and came back 3 days later. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand the amount of dedication it takes. And all we're trying to do is inspire people enough to at least come out and look at what's going on. You don't have to be face to face with ICE. Keep your distance, you know what I mean? Or talk to people that are there and just ask them questions, and people will keep you safe. You know what I mean? A lot of that is us trying to look out for one another at the same time. You know what I mean? I got hit in the face with a riot shield because I was trying to make sure a woman didn't get manhandled by some dude in riot gear. You know what I mean?
And that protest is why that young lady came out. The Delaney Hall, the administrators, the police, the politicians, they were all saying that the only people that are in Delaney Hall are criminals, people that did a crime. 80%, I think more than 80% of the people there, they commit a crime.
Never,
Why those protesters were out there protesting, we got to see the high school girl get let out. They had to let that high school girl out because
I forgot about that.
Attention was brought to the issue. So they let a high school girl out. There was another dude on dialysis, some old man. There was another guy from New York because they kidnap him from everywhere.
Bro, there's a guy from Florida.
From Florida.
Fucking Florida. They just let him walk out the front gate and no phone, no nothing.
Nothing. Just let him walk out the front gate because of the protesters. No, like the people out there, yo, they're serving a cause. They're doing something out there. And it's important. I mean, like none of that. None of it is a joke. None of it's is goofy. I mean, I know you ain't mean it that way, Jeremy.
No. I just mean we're unorganized. We're not. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to step up and just like be like, this is what we're gonna do.
You're right. We're not organized. Like most of the people are not organized. But that's why I'm more cautious, saying like, don't go put yourself in harm's way. Because if there's a Jeremy going, we got to go find another Jeremy to get out here. And nobody's trying to get out here, man. And like you said,
that's the problem.
Yeah, you said like about the police. Yo, I get in their face. Because as Panthers, like we're supposed to highlight the contradictions. We're supposed to show the people in the community, yo, they're supposed to be serving and protecting us. They're not here to serve and protect us. Like the way I'm talking to them, calling them a pig and sellouts, that's how the entire community should be talking to them. I mean, like there's danger in that. Yeah, they're going to lock you up. Yeah, they're going to take your property. But if nobody does that, everybody continues to go along. I said, this is how it should be. And it shouldn't be this way. You cannot convince me that if I call the police, when they come to my house, the first thing they should do is record check me. Because that's what they do. The first thing they do when you call the police, you're paying your tax dollars, they come in to find out if you got a warrant, if you got anything in the system, and they lock you up. Sometimes they make a mistake. You call them because you needed help, but they'll lock you up. And then now you got a charge. It's sitting in jail. It's crazy and insane. And if we don't start to stand up to these people are never going to wake up and like start to stand up because they don't know. They don't understand. Everybody's on their own. We all on our own island. Yeah, man. It's real. It's real out here.
Jeremy, you got the best segues because we're about to talk about the prison system.
Let's go.
We were right into it. Yeah, we were right into it.
It's real.
We're right into it.
I thought it was
I've been it. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yo, so the 13th Amendment banned slavery except as a punishment for a crime. The loophole is still legal and active in prisons across the country today. The amendment that ended slavery has a loophole built right into the The amendment that ended slavery has a loophole built right into it for prisoners. Why do you think most people have never even heard of that part?
Because we go to their schools, and their schools are not there to teach us about their amendments and why they made their amendments. Their schools are there to socialize us. Like they used to have Native Americans. They used to send them to school, kill the Indian, and save the man or some goofy shit like that. Exactly. So like everybody, other societies understand your oppressors can't educate you. For some reason, well, it's not for some reason, because our leadership has always told us to believe in the system. But because of that, we believe the nonsense that we learned, that we are free, that we live in a democracy, that our votes matter, that all of this matter. I don't know if you know who George Jackson is, but George Jackson is one of the greatest Panthers ever. Maybe, I don't know if he's second or third in my Panther history, who I love the most, because I like Fred Hampton, I like Huey P. Newton, but George Jackson is up there. George had a real trying life. He was locked up, like I think as a teenager, and then spent the rest of his life in jail. He was locked up, I think, a year. What was it? I forgot what it was, but it was for some shoplifting stuff, for some robbery or something. And they locked him up, and he ended up spending the rest of his life in jail. And while he was in jail, he started reading, started studying Marxism, started studying about revolution, and started reading Fanon. And while he was in jail, he said, like, prison is like the rest of America. It is a space where you break down the human being and make them into the slave that you basically want. The same racial classes, everything they have in society, they have them in prison. And when I went to prison, I started reading that. My whole reality just opened up. Started seeing like the white gang was that way, the Bloods, the Crips, the Nietas, the Latin Kings, how everybody was separated, how they got benefits from the CEOs, the correction officers, how everything worked. I mean, so like when you studying these people and they're explaining to you in real time what you're witnessing, The prison system is the modern day slavery system. I mean, there's nobody became free. After slavery, nobody became free. We just became wage slaves. You still get up in the morning. Everybody here, everybody in America, you work from sun up to sundown. You see, but now they don't have to give you a place to stay. You go get your own lodging. But then you got to be back from sun up to sundown. They don't have to watch us like that no more because we've been socialized and broken down to accept this reality for what it is. So the prison system is just the modern day plantation for real. And like when you go there, you really do work all day for $1. You really do work outside breaking little rocks into little rocks. They send you away to corporations to go work for them for free. And everybody know the judicial system is not, there's no justice there. There are no laws. They lock people up. They do what they want depending on class and how much money you have. So that's the system you're using to exploit millions of people, to throw away their lives, to destroy their lives. Man, this system is just corrupt from the top down. Even their constitutions, all of it is a lie. When you start to look at it like that, then you understand none of this stuff is here to protect you, and you're ready for revolution. But what you don't know, you're gonna think like, yeah, because they say that if the police pull me over, I can call for their supervisor. Man, try that shit over here. I told him call your supervisor. He said I'm the supervisor. He's a sergeant. He told me I'm the supervisor. I'm like, how the hell you the supervisor of the whole sheriff department and you a sergeant? I'm like, call your supervisor. He never called his supervisor. That shit don't work. Sit in the car, speak to them respectfully. When he came to my car to give me the ticket, I was sitting in the car and I turned around and I looked. I'm like, how may I help you, sir? He was like, you were speeding. I'm like, you're a motherfucking lie. He was like, you was doing 35. I'm like, you're fucking lying. Yo, I'm like, yo, the kids are in the car. The kids in the back seat. All the kids like, we was trying to look at why they was pulling people over. We wasn't even speeding because we was all looking at the traffic stops that they had. So how can you say we're speeding? But none of that shit matters. He's gonna give me that ticket. I'm gonna go to court, and they're gonna say, you know what? He gave you 3 tickets. We're gonna drop this one. We're gonna drop that one. Just give us $50 and you're good. And what am I gonna do? No, I want to go to trial. No, I'm gonna take the deal they cut me. Because even if I go to trial, I'm gonna pay money. I'm gonna go get a lawyer to go to trial. And even if I win, I spent more money being there. So it's like to get up out of that shit, I'm gonna end up paying one of them fake ass tickets. They're gonna get that money and they're gonna do whatever they want to do with it. And I'm out of $50 for that day for doing absolutely nothing. This is the reality we live in. That is who they are. They don't protect. They don't serve. They're thieves. They're professional scammers. And this is how the society and the schools that we must build, this is what they should be teaching them. This is what we should be teaching our children from young. These people are not here to protect you. If they pull you over, whatever they say, whatever. If you got to survive to get out of that situation, do what the hell you got to do to survive. That's what I tell my son. Whatever you got to do to survive that situation, you do. They want to take the piece of shit car, let them take the car. They want to, whatever they want to do, let them keep their material shit. If they try to harm you, you are responsible for protecting yourself. And when you come home, we're going to decide what we do from there. But all that other shit where you just let them brutalize you, oh, hell no. That's not in there no more. That's not in there for me. I mean, but yeah, man, it's all fucked up. I mean, the prisons,
Well, it's a for-profit operation.
Yeah, I mentioned this last time. Yeah, the for-profit stuff, like, blows. Like, my girlfriend, like I told you guys last time, like, I live in Poland. My girlfriend's Polish. We've been watching Justified. Great show, but it is propaganda. And one of the things she was actually shocked at when we were talking about the prisons, and I'm like, that's an unrealistic prison. She's like, oh, is it because it's so horrible? I'm like, no. Space. I'm like, look at the room they have in that cell. That would be like 4 cells. And she like couldn't believe me, or like the fact that it's private. You tell people here, like, and I know Ray lived in Spain for a while. I don't believe they're private in Spain either. I can't imagine they are.
No, they're not. No.
It blows people's minds, like that specific, like, because they benefit from people, like the recidivism rate. They benefit from
Yes.
that. So it's like,
Yes.
and then people go in and they're more likely to meet, like quote unquote, if they've actually, let's say they've actually done something wrong, they meet other criminals. How exactly are they going to they're doing nothing to actually try to potentially change any poor behavior. It's because it's not about rehabilitating. And then we talked a little bit about this last time too, and it's just like it blows people's minds when they hear that over here, that it's private and how bad it is, like the conditions.
Yeah, the ICE detention facilities are pretty horrific too. Like there was a video of worms and waters and shit.
I did 6 years for armed robbery. That's what they convicted me of, for me to go down to prison. 6 years. I filled out for HVAC. I filled out for every single program because I wanted. See, when I got locked up, I had a somewhat of a college education. Like most of the people that are locked up have like a 6th grade education, but I was at the level where I said, you know what, I'm gonna be here for a couple of years. You know what, you should learn all of this stuff. Learn HVAC, learn everything, carpentry, everything. I applied for all of it. I did not get to go to any school for anything. When I went up for parole and I showed them the whole file of everything that I applied for, and they refused for me to go, they told me that I was trying to take advantage of the system, and they gave me a hit, and they gave me I was supposed to max out like in 3 more months. I was going to max out and go home, but they gave me a 24-month hit, which means I can't come back to see parole for another 24 months. Yo, what kind of system is that? I mean, who does anything? You see, but my activism, my revolution started in prison. You see, because I wasn't aware of none of this shit. I didn't know this is how the system behaved. But once I dealt with the court system, yo, they had a co-defendant, somebody I got locked up with. When they took him and they talked to him, whatever, he told them whatever they wanted to hear. He told them I was this big time. I was robbing banks. I was doing all this kind of stuff. He told them whatever they wanted to hear, and they gave him 5 years. They gave him 5 years in prison. So when they came to me, I'm like, I didn't do nothing. I need a lawyer. I took the court the case and all of that. He wrote a letter after he went to prison. When they sent him to prison, his conscience or whatever, he wrote a letter to the judge and my lawyer and told them, yo, the police made me do all of that. They made me say, I don't even care about what the sentence I took. You see, I didn't call him a snitch. I didn't tell nobody at home he did anything. Yo, I just left him alone, and I was in there trying to battle my case. But he wrote a letter, sent it to the lawyer, sent it to the judge, and he sent it to me. So I had the lawyer, and I read the lawyer, like tears started coming down my eyes, because I've been telling these people for years, I ain't do this shit. And I'm sitting down in the county 2 years now. So when I go to court, I showed it to my lawyer. My lawyer was like, it's too late. We're about to take a deal, whatever. We taking a deal. I'm like, what you mean it's too late? I'm like, he been sent you this letter before I took my deal. So my lawyer's standing there like arguing with me, whatever. So the judge was like, what's going on? He called Mr. Ibiang, what's going on? So I looked at him. I'm like, yo, my lawyer has a letter stating everything I've been saying from my co-defendant that took a plea against me. And he refused to present it to I was paying this lawyer. Damn. And he refused. Yeah, and he refused. His name was Greg Weiss in Jersey City. And he refused to bring that up or give it to the judge. So I told him I will headbutt the shit out of you if you don't give me my money right back. The judge looked down like, Mr. EBN, this is not a ballroom brawl. You see, but at that point, I had dealt with the system for a few years now. And my anger and where I was, I wasn't afraid of the judge, because the judge talking about, yeah, the state is offering you 20 with an 85. You wouldn't know me right now. The state is offering you 20 with an 85. I think that's a reasonable deal. Why haven't you taken it? I told the judge, why don't you take it? I'm like, why don't you go to jail for 20 with an 85 for something you didn't do? They kicked me out the courtroom. They fired him, and then they gave me a black guy. They fired my lawyer, and they brought a black guy with a kufi on. He was Muslim. The white Miller. So he come in, he like, yo, this is a travesty. I can't believe they did this to you. They try to railroad you. Listen, this is what we're going to do. You gotta take this sentence right here. But you're only going to last a week. They're going to take you to craft. Craft is where they take you before you go to prison. You're only going to last a week at craft, and you're going to be right at home. Yo, till this day, this was in 2005. This is 2026. I never heard from Dwight Miller again. I wrote the judge, I wrote Dwight Miller, I wrote the state, the prosecutor, the governor. Everybody ignored my shit. But why did I say all of that? Why I tell that whole story? Because all that shit is a lie. It's all a farce. It's all an illusion to make people think there's actually a system here that benefits the people. All of it is a lie. You're not free. There's no democracy. You can't have democracy if the only people that can run is rich people. If only rich people can run for office and are the ones that's making decisions, and there's studies out there saying what we want as people, as taxpayers, never happens. What the fuck are we voting for?
Agreed.
But people are socialized to believe that this system is real, that the police serve and protect, that it is our fault if we can't pay the rent. It is our fault if we get into a relationship, you have a child with somebody, they're gonna give that child to the mother, most likely. And now they're going to tax you. So if you live in this community, you're making $13,000 a year. They want like $8,000-9,000 to take care of the kid. Where the hell are you gonna be at? Where are you sleeping at? How are you gonna afford to get rent? But the system is in place to make sure that reality exists. And they all know it. So like when we talking about prison, what do you think about prison? It's all part of the system. It's all part of the imperialist capitalist system to keep us down. And that's what George Jackson would tell you. And he tell, like, if you really want to know the American society, go inside prison and see how prisons are ran. And you will understand how this society functions. I mean, I know I'm long-winded, but I be trying to fit it all in.
No, I understand. Listen, it's such facts. I actually wanted you to go more into detail, because you've been to prison, about how the living situation is, because a lot of people don't talk about that part.
It's like a bathroom. Imagine going in your bathroom and putting in 4 bunk beds. So there's a bunk bed where the shower is, there's a bunk bed where the toilet is, and where your window at, there's a toilet. So you have 4 people living inside that one space. You're smelling that shit. Everything that they're doing, you're in there consuming it. Maybe sometimes 23 and 1. I mean, and you're in there, your clothes are dirty. But where did you get clothes from? Because the state is not giving you clothes. When I went, I had to buy my underwear. You have to buy it off commissary. And if you don't have money to buy it off commissary, so if you whatever underwear you have on, that's what you're wearing. And how do I wash it? They only wash clothes. They wash clothes like probably like once every 2 weeks or whatever. So you have to wash your clothes in the toilet. This was in 2008 when I was in prison. You have to wash your clothes in the toilet and hang it up. And you're inside that cell. It's like dying. Going to jail is like dying because everybody forgets you. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. Everybody forgets you. Life keeps going on. And you're stuck there. You're sitting there. You don't even know if you're going to get out when your time is up. You have no idea. There are no laws. There are no rules. You can die there. Nobody will ever know what happened. They will lie. If the police abuse you, who are you going to? Who are you going to talk to? You're going to go to their captain and tell their captain that the correction officer beat me up. You think that they sent them to beat you up. They're not going to listen. They got this shit called court line, where if you get in trouble in jail, you got to go to court line. It's their own court. Don't nobody win nothing. They always win. Nothing ever happens. And by the time you go to court line, you've been in lockup for probably 3-4 days. Your lockup is torture, according to the United Nations. Lockup, putting people in segregation, locking them in a room by themselves. Solitary confinement for years, for days, for months. That is torture. But this is what they do every single day here. And nobody says a word. No politician says anything. Nobody with a platform speaks up for these people. And once you come out, no education, no nothing. How are you supposed to survive in an industry where if you have a felony, if you got a crime, it's harder for you to get a job? Yo, it is just a totally rigged, like Trump would say, totally rigged system. It's a totally rigged system, and Trump knows it. You see, and that's what Trump plays real politique. There's something called real politique if you Google it. And real politique, he really saying what everybody already know. Trump just say that shit out. And like everybody, like what? I don't know. He said a lot of shit. But Trump just come out.
That's a great summary.
What he say? he said like he was on the debate stage, and they were talking about taxes or something, and he said like yeah, like I don't pay taxes. Rich people don't pay taxes. Like he would just say this shit. I mean, but usually Democrats will try to lie about it. Like Trump will come out and say what you said earlier about the men, about how they are about masculinity. Yo, everybody walk around thinking it. Yo, I don't want a transvestite in the bathroom with my son, with my daughter. Everybody thinking it because we've been socialized to be like that. We've gone to these Christian schools. We read this Bible that gay is wrong. We know it in our mind. So while everybody's running around talking about something, yeah, we agree with gay people. Everybody know you're lying. So Trump just come on and be like, yeah, them gay people shouldn't be in the bathroom with my daughter. And everybody, oh yeah, Trump is right. And they look at him like he's saying something profound. But it's just because everybody else is such a fraud. I mean, like, wow, yo, I don't care. I don't care if somebody get mad at me. Yo, ain't no way in hell you're gonna, my daughter weigh probably like 110 pounds soaking wet. You're not gonna put her in a boxing ring with a guy and say that they're gonna go box because she's trans. That's not happening.
Yeah.
It isn't happening though, to be fair. It's not something that happens, to be completely clear. Like
no, but we say that. But it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
It does happen when they say the girls could play football, the boys could play they do that stuff. Yo, my son went to high school at a high school for like 7 years. Only somebody that was gay won prom king and prom queen. Man, look, bro, like keeping it a buck. I grew up in this community. I know how chauvinistic, I know how people are here. There's no way in hell the children are voting for somebody that's gay, that's not popular, that's not cool. They're just voting for that person that just be sitting in the corner by themselves because they're different. But our society, the people that engineer the schools, they do this, and we see it. So like when somebody like Trump comes and says something, we like, yeah, you're right. Yo, I'm not saying there's something wrong with transsexual. I'm not saying there's wrong. I'm not saying there's something wrong with gay people. Man, leave everybody the hell alone. But do not try to socialize the people into believing what you claim is going to solve their issues. It don't work that way. The reason why we can't afford rent is because it's not because Sarah didn't win prom queen or king. The reason we can't afford rent is because of the landlords are doubling the rents. The reason why the kids not learning is not because Jacob won prom queen. I don't care about that. I care about making the class sizes smaller. I mean, so it's like we gotta have these conversations because this is how people are thinking, but they're afraid to say it out in public because they're gonna be called homophobes. They're gonna be called that phobe. Yeah. They can't say what they're seeing, and I will prove it to you. The name of the high school is American History High School in Newark, New Jersey. If they got a way to go see who won prom king and queen, look for like 2018 to like 2025. It's all somebody that's gay. That we know who the cool person is in school. We know who the jocks are. Like we went to school. They're the ones that won.
Didn't Bruce Jenner? Didn't Bruce Jenner win Woman of the Year?
I'm saying, but like that don't happen.
Yes.
But my boy Luke gonna say that don't happen though.
No,
I think he won Woman of the Year.
I didn't say that doesn't happen, man. And I'll be clear, like we definitely disagree on that stuff. I went to an art school. My sister's gay. I have trans friends. So yeah, we probably won't agree. But like your point, like that, I do 100% agree on is like that. Yeah. The reason, like you're saying, what you're saying, like I don't think that you're necessarily a hateful man, or I don't mean that whatsoever. Yeah. But like your point is that somebody being trans or gay isn't why you can't pay your rent, and that's
exactly
genuinely like what like is significantly more important than a lot of Democrats, like even like representative from my state, like Sarah McBride, I voted for her. Like I was like genuinely proud that the first like trans representative was from Delaware. I was genuinely proud of that.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
She votes to send money. She votes to send money to Israel. And as soon as I started seeing that pattern, and I started seeing the money that she was getting from J Street specifically, I was very upset by that. And I'm not going to like use like the fact that I'm not going to like give her leeway. I'm not going to give her any leeway whatsoever just because of an identity such as a sexual identity, like a sexual preference, a gender, anything like that. You're not going to get away with that in my mind because of your policies and how you're actually voting is what's genuinely important. So like, and yeah, if people can, is she voting in ways that's actually going to make rent easier to pay? How is sending $14 billion to Israel going to make rent any easier to pay? You know what I'm saying?
I tell you this, Luke. If whatever her name was, if she was in Newark, New Jersey, let's say she's trans, she in Newark, New Jersey, and she said, I got a way when I come into office, yo, everybody rent is gonna go down. Yo, this is the strategy that I got out. I got my own strategy how we could make our rents go down. But let's say she says her strategy. Let's say she said we're gonna go. When I go into office, yo, I'm gonna build cooperatives. Everybody that live in the neighborhood, that live in the community, we're gonna create cooperatives where you own your own property, where everybody in that community owns the property in that community. I don't care if she's trans. I don't care if she got one eye. I don't care if she got one leg. I don't care if she's black. I don't care if she's white. But what I'm trying to say, and I want everybody to understand, that trans person being able to go in the bathroom with my daughter, it's not going to change that. And this is what the politicians are giving us. They're giving us that, and they're giving us like pay in the street to solve people getting shot in the face. And there's a backlash to that. People will get upset because they're asking for better schools. They're not asking you to tell them like this is what they should be accepted. That has nothing to do with anything. Nobody has the right to accept anybody. Who the F am I to tell somebody how to live their life? Yo, that's what you want to do? Yo, as long as you're not harming nobody, I don't give a damn. I don't even know you. Real talk. I mean, but when you use that, when you try to throw that in the way, and like you said, you was very happy that she won because they want you to be happy that she won. They want you to say like, yeah, she's the first trans person. They don't want you to look at all her credentials. And you said after you saw she gave money to APAC, gave money to Israel, but most people are not like you.
I'm sorry, I have to just like defend the reason. I also knew her actual policies. Like I actually like the policies seemed a lot more progressive than they ended up being.
See, the thing is like even with the issues that we're talking about, it happens on such a small scale. It's really nothing that we should even be worried about. You know what I mean? Like the whole amount. I mean, I think I can't even remember the number. There's such a low percentage of trans athletes in college sports, but they're trying to make it out like it's happening everywhere, all the time, in every single sport. And it's gotten to the point though where it's actually starting to affect cis women too, because like the boxer, was she from Albania?
The Iranian.
Yeah, she was Iranian. She was just pummeling women, and just because she had a good physique and was just beating the shit out of other women, they automatically, Donald Trump said it, she's trans, the men's and women's sports. Like it's gotten to the point though where it's gotten so toxic, and like I said, you have a better chance of finding a unicorn in the wild than some of this stuff even happening in real life. But they're trying to make it in our minds like, oh my God, we want to, like, they want us to panic. And that's what these dumbass MAGA Trump support redhead knuckle draggers do. They fucking hear this shit. They're like, oh my God. Like Donald Trump literally said that they're sending kids to school and then 3-4 days later, they come home a different gender. It's like, what the fuck? Like you didn't even notice your kid was gone for 4 days? Let alone, you know what I'm saying? He literally telling his voters there's a magic transgender machine that's going to take your son, and then they're going to come home a daughter without your permission.
Afrika.
That's literally what they're telling their base. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, exactly. It's like you put them in there and they come out a different gender. It's not happening. And I think we just, and I know a lot of trans people and a lot of gay people throughout the process of being an activist and going out in the streets and everything like that. And it's like, well, we're all just people. Yeah. We're all different people. None of us are the same. Even twins. Most twins are very different people. You know what I'm saying? Even if they look the same, a lot of times, like me and Chairman, two totally different people. but we have the same ideas and the same objectives and the same goals. So race and gender doesn't mean shit. All I care about is what are you doing to like help the situation? And you know what I mean? That's what we really got to focus on, is just like, we have to work together right now. Like, this is quite literally probably our last opportunity to rise up as a society and do something about it. So if we don't overlook stupid shit like this, that really means nothing. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny?
And it's like these, like, really, honestly, guys, like,
Henry want to talk.
You know what's funny about that, the whole trans thing, and then and women's sports and all that stuff? Who actually watches women's sports?
I mean,
Hey, look about it, having a heart attack.
I mean,
I
I'm
can't-
just being honest.
I didn't mean to laugh at that, but I don't watch them.
Yeah,
I don't watch it either.
it's not.
I don't watch any sports though in the same.
But I don't watch it either. But look though, but look, no, it look.
That's why it's weird
This
that
is
it
why
works. That's why it's
This-
weird to me that actually works, because nobody watches it at all. I mean, up until like an hour ago with was it Caitlin Clark or whatever, the 3-point shooter?
Yeah, Caitlin Clark. Yeah.
Yeah, so nobody watched it ever.
Hey, but listen though, Henny.
Yeah.
Hey, like you're telling the truth. According to the numbers, if we look at the numbers, if we look at the ratings, nobody watches it.
Nobody
See,
watched
but when we have conversations like this, people get upset. It's like if we're in a room, Jeremy, when you came to Delaney Hall, and all those black people was in the room, you have to address racism. Because if you don't address racism and black shit, they don't even want to hear from you. But like, even in that room, I dealt with class. I try to get them to understand that our issues are class one. And I know people may be watching this and they're gonna be like, yo, he's a homophobe. Yo, the reality that we living in, yo, they painted the streets with the rainbow stuff. Yo, the Congress got up and took knees in kente cloth. Yo, they are pushing identity politics, and some of it is LGBTQ. We cannot ignore that. They're pushing these things in our community. Like he's saying, he just told the truth. Yo, if you go by the numbers, nobody's really watching women's sports. But if you say that to a woman that's an athlete, they look at you like you're a male chauvinist, like you done say something that's a lie. But according to the numbers, nobody's really watching.
Well, that's also societal as well. Like women are like less likely to be told to be playing sports when they're younger. Because of like
doesn't it kind of just show
and stuff?
Doesn't it kind of just show how gay our society is, that men only watch men play sports? I mean, really? Come on. We don't want men don't watch women play sports. Like, come on, then we watch dudes.
That's an amazing
you know what I mean?
point. Actually,
that's like what these bodybuilding dudes on the internet. They saw all these muscle pictures. That's not for women. That's not for women. Did you guys hear about the dudes that were so mad about women wearing like sports bras and yoga pants that they started a dude-only gym? I'm like, that's the gayest shit I've ever heard in my life. You guys are so like,
it's not real.
I'm not saying like again, I love gay people, but there's a lot of closeted, angry, like closeted gay dudes on the right. We have to acknowledge that the grinder numbers do not lie on this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to acknowledge that, but it's gotten out of control. Like they hate themselves so much that they're projecting all that hatred out towards the openly gay community, when in fact they are themselves just, you know what I mean? They hate that about themselves. They hate that it makes their wiener move when they see a nice dude on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And then they get fucking pissed about it, and then they just hate all gay people. That's how simple these people are.
Everybody that's watching, yo, in the early 60s, yo, Huey P. Newton said the Black Panther Party is here to struggle with anybody. Yo, we accept anybody from the LGBTQ community. Like, we keep it a buck. Like, yo, ain't no gay person, ain't no trans person is the reason why we catching the hell. Ain't no immigrant person. I mean, like, if you disagree with whatever I said, whatever we say, yo, we have something called ideological struggle. And we have a conversation, and we try to work it out and see where we meet at. But like, we don't shut anybody down. We don't tell anybody like, yo, you can talk and say what's going on. And now anybody that's out there, if you're in the LGBTQ, whatever, however you qualify and consider yourself, I don't care if you think you whatever, as long as you understand imperialism is the enemy, we're willing to work with you to build institutions
That's the key right there.
that teach future generations that you should be accepted as a human being, that we should be accepted as human beings, that our only purpose here is to serve as human beings, not different classification. I mean, so that's what our energy is towards. So like, even if you kind of upset about what I just said, understand the end goal of what we're trying to accomplish. And still, if you upset, we can always talk about it. You can inbox me. I will send you my telephone number. I don't need you upset at me because you think I don't like you or feel some type of way against you. No, you should have all the rights that I have. That's what I believe. And all power to the people, because you are the people.
You explained it well. No, you explained it well. But let's get into these last two topics. Let's talk about a bastard that don't like LGBTQ, Donald Trump. All right?
Let's go.
Trump, it was a joke. He said it was a joke, but on all seriousness, do you think Donald Trump can win in 2028? Do you think there's a chance that he can win?
Yeah, I think he'll be dead by then, but yeah, if he's alive, absolutely. I think he's on his last leg, man. They're propping him up with medication at this point.
You already killed him already?
Did you guys see the funeral? He was shitting himself to death. Yeah. Lindsey Graham's funeral. You guys saw the video of the guy sitting behind him making the face like he just smelled roadkill, like sitting out in the hot sun. He was crying.
Do you guys think?
He can definitely win, especially with they're going to send ICE out to polling places. Donald Trump is not beyond deploying the National Guard. We've seen him do that in D.C. and in other places too. I don't think they have any intention on giving up power. The problem I think MAGA is going to have is like who's going to replace him, because they've built their entire identity around one man.
Maybe Caitlyn Jenner. Oh wait, is she still alive? Actually,
they hate. Yeah.
Yo, you know why I'm laughing? Because the Democrats will let him win. They will run Kamala Harris.
She's talked about running again. I'm like, don't you even.
Huh? Yo, they will run Kamala Harris or AOC. Yo, people hate Democrats. You see, the whole thing is the Democrats won't go out to vote for them, but the conservatives will go out to vote for Trump.
Yeah. AOC is like one of the very few, and I don't promote politics or politicians anymore, but she is one of the few that I have faith in.
Wow.
I don't know, just her history, man. I don't know. I have to believe that there's somebody good still left, but most of them are like 90% of them are paid off by Israel. We know that now. Right. Basically, all but a few. But that's the thing. There's a couple on the right and the left, because the ones on the right are just anti-Semitic and actually hate Jewish people. Yeah. And the ones on the left just don't like taking money from a foreign country. You know what I mean? But
who?
From Marjorie Taylor Greene never took money from Israel, I don't think. What was the guy that was trying to get the Epstein files released? I don't think he ever took any money from him. AOC, I don't believe has ever taken money. Bernie Sanders has never taken money from AIPAC.
You're talking about Thomas.
So there's a few that haven't taken money from Israel, but it's not many.
What you say, Henny?
Are you talking about Thomas Massey? Is that who you're talking about?
Thomas Massey, yeah, that's him.
Now they got him.
Right, and they got right. He lost as a result. Yeah, he lost as a result of being anti-Israel, because Israel dumped tens of millions of dollars into his opponent. You know what I mean? But that's capitalism, like Chairman says. That's capitalism right there. That's imperialism. The money talks.
Do you think?
I supported Bernie in 2016 because I was listening to Bernie and all the goofy stuff he was saying, and I believed him because I'm on the class spectrum. So somebody that's talking about class, I'm on their side. But Bernie is a fraud. Bernie is a millionaire. Bernie is rich. He has a couple of mansions, homes, while everybody else is catching hell.
What about
Mandani? He could talk all that talk. He could say all that stuff he want to say. But when they come down to it, he's going to support Hillary Clinton. He's going to support Joe Biden. And these are the architects. And Trump. And these are the architects of our oppression. So AOC, Bernie Sanders, you see, in our political education class, we explain how imperialism, every politician that serves under imperialism is an imperialist. It's a capitalist. You cannot be a Marxist in a capitalist or imperialist government. Y'all vote for imperialism. Everything is imperialism. So no politician, not one, there's no politician that deserves a vote. You see, but this is from my understanding as a Marxist, as somebody that's fighting for the class, for the people. None of these people are worthy, because if they were, they wouldn't be in that position. They wouldn't allow them. Like, they probably scared the shit out of Bernie. Bernie came close. They probably put the fear of God in him. Like, look, we're going to give up all these tapes with you and these kids, allegedly. Whatever.
Allegedly.
We're going to destroy your career. Because Bernie, he had the people behind him. I voted for Bernie. I went out there like I want Bernie Sanders to win. I went and campaigned for him. But then
you know what's crazy?
I watched him. I watched them support imperialism and stay wealthy and rich while everybody else got made homeless and got thrown to the streets.
Yep.
AOC, all of them. So
you know what's crazy? Bernie actually won the popular vote for the Democratic nomination, and they still chose Hillary Clinton because she's a better fit and she's pro-Israel. I honestly believe that's why Bernie Sanders, they were like, nope.
And they admitted, the Democratic Party admitted rigging the contest, not once.
Don't think they did admit to any sort of like, they didn't admit to it flat out. And I won't lie, I'm not actually certain he won the popular vote, but what I think happened is the DNC heavily favored Clinton, and because the primary was already basically over, they didn't even have the rest of the states like actually didn't go through the primary. I think he would have won the popular vote if they didn't put their thumb on the scale. And I'm sorry, Chairman Africa's right. Yeah, I think like Donna Brazil.
Donna Brazil.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
She wrote a whole book.
Yeah, sorry.
She wrote a whole book.
Like, you're right. My bad. I got it wrong. Yeah, all right. Hillary didn't get more votes.
We stole it from Bernie. So now what happened to all those people like myself that Bernie had fighting for him? Why didn't you come to us like, yo, we can build our own party. We can start to build institutions to serve. He said, go vote for Hillary Clinton. Go vote for Joe Biden. And I'm done. Because where we are at as Marxists, either the first shall be last and the last first, and that's it. There's no negotiating. There's no reform. There's either our way or no way. But after they cheated him, Bernie said, go vote for Hillary Clinton. Everybody that was voting for me, I looked at him like he was an idiot. I mean, because you cannot tell me, if you say she's a criminal, she's a rogue, she's a warmonger, she's a racist, they created a prison industrial complex, then you turn around and be like, go vote for that person? Yo, you must think I'm an idiot. That's the moment I lost faith in all politics. I think that was 2016. Because, it's 2026 now. My progression, you could see my whole life from before I went to prison, after prison. After prison, I was working for City Hall. I was working for the mayor at City Hall. I was going around helping him with his campaign to the point where, now I'm a Black Panther because I've learned all of these things. I've seen them in person. I just wish there was somebody in my life in 1990, in 1989, 1995 that had an institution that would teach me and be able to guide me on where I should be. You see, that's why we do the work we do in the community now. Because when I was laying in prison, that's what I was telling myself. How did I end up here? You are a good person. What was the path that got you here? And I made a lot of decisions that I shouldn't have made because I didn't have any guidance. So if we want to change the future, change the next generation, we got to build these institutions to guide them. We got to teach them from kindergarten. There's nothing wrong with anybody in the LGBTQ. There's nothing wrong with people in how the way they love each other. Women are no different from men. We have to teach this stuff. But if you send children to school to be individuals, to be selfish, to only worry about themselves, to strive to get a job, this is what you produce. You produce sociopaths that can take themselves out of it. They could see somebody right there being brutalized, being beat by the police, and they just walk right by as if that don't even faze them. That's crazy. That's not humane. But unless we start to do these things and build these institutions, we're not going to do none of that. And not one single politician. Fanal said it this morning and when we was reading it. None of these politicians will say that. They would tell us to go into electoral politics. He said it just like that. In 1959, when he wrote the book, he said, all of these politicians, all these people that's talking about they got ideas that work for the state. The only solution they will offer up is electoral politics, rather than going to tell the people to arm themselves to protect themselves. And that is, listen to anybody, any politician, listen to any of them. They're going to come, they could say, I'm the greatest revolutionary, I believe in doing this, doing that, but go out and vote for me. Go out and vote for me to go into office. So I become rich, I become a millionaire, and your reality say the same as it always been. I mean, yeah, man. Yeah, and I'm done with these people.
What's your guys' thoughts? What's your guys' thoughts on the, yeah, what's your guys' thoughts on the cat from New York?
Mandani?
We have different views on Mamdani, me and Chairman.
What you think I think about Mandani?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Not you, Jeremy.
Oh.
I'm talking about Henny.
I haven't.
You've been listening to me for like 2 hours now. What you think I think about Mandani?
I don't know. I mean, that's why I kind of feel like
you do know. All politicians are frauds.
Okay.
Come on, bro. All politicians are frauds.
Nothing if not consistent, Mr. Afrika.
Well,
Nothing if not consistent, man.
So what are the policies that he has passed so far? So this is his policies that they're bragging about. He got rent freeze. Yo, we pay the highest rent around the country. So people cannot afford the rent. So you froze it at $2,500. You didn't do nothing.
It's a
I mean,
I still can afford rent.
Yeah, I mean,
and then like in 3 months, in 6 months, the rent is gonna go back up. When you get out of office, it's gonna go back up. I cannot afford to survive. And then you're building relationship with other Zionists. Your police chief is a Zionist. What's her name? With a P, something with a P or whatever. I don't know her name. I try not to remember this people. Yeah. Tish. No. In New York. Is it Tish? Yeah, it's Tish. Yeah, it's Tish. She's a Zionist. I mean, this is who you bring into office. You're trying to make deal with Hakeem Jeffries. We are all saying Hakeem Jeffries. What they call him? Tupac, APAC Shakur. That's what they call him. But these are the people.
That is so good.
So bad.
These are the people.
Great.
These are the people he's making deals with. These are the people he's cutting deals with. And nobody rent has gone down. Food don't go down. Gas ain't gone down. Nothing has gone down. The only person that saw their bank account go up is Mandani and the people that work for him. So if you ask me, like, what do you think of him?
They got fake ass
like,
my son.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you know my son. You into music? You know my son?
Son, yeah, the rapper, yeah.
He trash. He trash. He ain't shit. He's a fraud. Like they pay him for him to come in and give social credibility to these people. So instead of going out and getting somebody that's been in the community, working in the community, he goes and get people like my son to go around doing concerts, doing hip hop, poetry, or whatever they're doing, walking the street, pitting the street, talking about they're doing activism work when they're just defrauding the people. So Mandani, like all politicians, is a scammer.
I do want to just mention something. So I genuinely completely understand like where you're coming from, and I respect it's like, first of all, if I'm just seeing some of the stuff that you've done, I've looked through your guys' accounts. I see how much community work you're doing. I was messaging Ray about how I feel like so like awful that I kind of submitted to apathy for like quite a long time, to be honest. But what people who would still go out and vote would say is like there's the movement which wants to go in certain direction. You can do community work and you can help with that. Unfortunately, because the system is so messed up as it is, even people who are as quote unquote radical as you can see in electoral politics in the US will still need to work with like immensely unpleasant people in our opinions. And we'll never completely be able to, due to the way the electoral system works, we'll basically almost have to lie to you to some extent to get elected in the first place. But I'm not trying to like credit your point of view. I understand where you're coming from.
That's a great question. It's like it's a linear question. No, it's like in most people's minds, the only way to solve the issues is through the state apparatus.
Mhm.
I'm going to say it again. In most people, in 99% of the people in their mind, the only way to transform society or outside is through the state apparatus. I mean, and if you don't go through the state
Goddamn, that's
apparatus,
bright.
yeah, they don't see that you can go out into the community and organize the people. Once the people are organized, there's no need for the state. Without the people, there is no state. But the people, like you see the community work we doing. I wish we could get the whole city to believe it because we use our money. We use money. We
a lot
pay.
of it.
If the whole city accepted reality that we are living under an oligarchy and these institutions don't aid us, we should come together and create ways and institutions in the community to serve us. Not begging nobody for money. We just doing it ourselves. You can do it. You can transform the community. And then if you say like, I want to go after the state office and you go run for office, those people in the community that you have helped, they're the ones that's going to vote for you, that are going to put you in that seat. And then when empire tries to remove you and tries to deal with you, those are the people that are your bodyguards. Those are the people that are there to protect you. I can see a way of doing that, but you can't do it from the top down. You got to do it from the bottom up. And like nobody is doing it from the bottom up. You see, I wouldn't even say you go to City Hall or go through the state apparatus. I would say you build your own City Hall. Once you working for the people, you serving the people, you have this a collection of people that support what you're doing. Like I will work for whoever that person is. I will do freaking security. I will work for them for free to help them accomplish this task. But you have to show the people that you're genuine and serious. And most of the intellectuals, the people in our community with the resources to do that, because God damn it, I'm poor. I don't have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of. And we're able to do what we're doing in the community. So I'm just thinking about somebody that's making 6 figures, somebody that has money. What are they that has connection? What can they actually do in the community? And then you have all these people backing you, all these people that you're feeding, that you don't create an economic center for. Like if you came in, let's say you Shaquille O'Neal from Newark, New Jersey, and you came to Newark and you said, all this money I got, I'm going to help these people here build cooperatives. You only got to start with 100. 100 people to build a cooperative. Yo, that word is going to spread like wildfire. Everybody's going to want to be part of it. Everybody's going to be holding Shaquille O'Neal up as a hero. If he came here and said, I want to run for office, everybody would support him and they would work for him for free. But that's not what a Shaquille O'Neal do. A Shaquille O'Neal will come in and he will buy up the property and he will double the rent on us. And then
it's an investment. You know what I mean?
No, you say that's black.
Actually, to be honest.
No, you say that's black capitalism.
Right.
You like this is black owned. This is black owned. You have to respect it because it's black owned.
Still
even
capitalism.
Even though we the one that you throw into the streets, you're gentrifying. But it can be done. I mean, I just don't have, my name ain't big enough. I don't have enough money to be able to have that kind of a presence. Everything I see on my social media page, this is my life work. I've been on social media for like, since I came home prison. I've been doing this stuff every day. You know, the reason why my number is like almost at 30,000, because of all the stuff that I'm doing outside in the community with the police. Like when they pull people over, when they're arresting people, and I'm standing out there, now people want to follow me. People want to follow. But they don't give a damn about the political education classes.
Right, that's what I was saying too. Yeah.
They don't care about the after school program. They don't care about the housing. They don't donate to none of that stuff. All they really care about is me yelling at the police. Like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Like that type of shit, they more gravitate to. Yo, I wish I had enough resources where I could really help hundreds of people be able to get into cooperatives. If I could do that, those people will understand what they're fighting for. Because right now, people in the hood have nothing to fight for. There's nothing to give your life for. There's nothing to believe in because none of it pay. And people only care about money. I mean, and it's like, I'm not saying that to be negative. Because in every revolution, the people care about bread and land. Today, it's rent. People care about rent and where they're going to stay at, what they're going to eat. And if you can't feed them, you can't give them housing, they don't want to hear that shit you talking. Man, get out of here with that back to Africa shit. I mean, they're like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I got to pay rent. My best friends, like, they don't want to hear that shit, man. Motherfucker, I got to go to work. I got rent. I got child support. I can't be out there with you fighting the police. I lose my job. You gonna take care of me? So like, I can't even be mad at them. That's why, as Panthers, it's always on us. We have to build the institutions in the community to serve the people. You cannot demand the people serve themselves because they don't know. They've been socialized not to know. So that's why we got to find the people that know. I mean, like, I don't know how else to say it. But yeah.
No, I agree. It seems like when you do something like when I'm fucking with ICE at Delaney Hall, you know, people are real interested in that. But then we post videos about like the basketball program or the boxing and are even trying to GoFundMe to try and raise money for all this stuff that we've been doing. It's just like,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
That goes back to what I had started with.
Go ahead, Henny.
Yeah, what I had started with.
They do. Oh yeah, they do. They do. But just not enough.
Yeah, no, that was what I had started with. If you don't make noise on the internet, it doesn't talk back to you. You know, that's it's you know, people want to see you doing some stupid shit or doing some shit that's gonna move the needle. If you're doing something to help somebody, that ain't moving the needle. You know, right? That's not gonna do.
Like if I want to kick my MAGA neighbor in the nuts, like I better be a viral video, but I can go around helping poor people or homeless people all day long. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like hypothetically, not that I've ever thought about it.
We need you, Jeremy. We need you.
It was a joke.
Let's go into this. Go ahead, Luke. You got something to say?
Yeah, Henny, you seem like we're talking about basically what we're talking about when we're talking about like that negativity. I think Henny probably understands it better than any of us. Like you said, you understand how to utilize the algorithm. Basically, people gravitate towards what makes them angry. And like I had it was just so stupid. I was just talking about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and I just made a couple factual errors because I wasn't thinking that hard about the video. I got the most views I've ever gotten on any reel was because I messed up on facts.
Yes.
And it's because people were mad because I didn't say ABBA was the most famous. Like, do you guys even know what ABBA is? It's very popular.
Yeah.
Not really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my mom's German, so I know what it is.
Yeah, that's how I found Jeremy. Like, I found Jeremy's videos because I the internet loves negativity. I found his videos and then I clicked on his page. Oh, he works with. That's when he told me about Chairman Africa. Like, I had to click into your profile to learn more about you, but that one video that got me was a negative video about America. So that's how you got on my algorithm.
Hey. It works. It works.
Can we say that you can clip out?
Yeah.
It's like maybe outside working with the kids, I'll take a video. I'll put out something eloquently said by like Malcolm X or something. It'd be only 2 people see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be breaking it down about how we picking up the kids. I'll shoot a video with the kids. Only 25 people see it. But let me go argue with the police. 100 and something thousand people view a video of me arguing with the police.
Yeah.
Me saying to the police that they're traitors, they're sellouts. That, you know what? Because everybody want to say that shit, but they be scared.
Yeah.
They be scared to say that shit to them. I mean, but that shit go viral. But the good shit, the positive shit on how I could do a video explaining exactly what we need to do. And I tell them who I read it from, or the historians that I done gave my life studying this from. I'll have the quotes. They wouldn't even listen to that shit. That's why I don't want to write a book. Because if I write a book, I got to go get the quote from the book, exactly how they say it. I got to read all these books to make sure everything right. This is going to be like my life work. It's going to be like 2 people that read that shit, me and my wife.
Well, if the book is wrong, if the book is wrong, it'll sell. Mm-hmm. So if you go into your into your data with Instagram and stuff like that, there's some metrics in there. It's skip rate and retention rate. If you have a very low skip rate and a high retention, it's gonna go viral. So if your skip rate is already at 50%, it's gonna stop. It's gonna die. So they'll shoot it out to 200 people. If 50, 60% skip rate, it's over. It's dead. But if you shoot it out to 300-400 people and the skip rate is 11% and the retention is 70%, pretty much is going to go viral. So if you wrote that same book, if you wrote that same book and it was just a bunch of garbage and it was 100% bullshit, you would sell a whole bunch of fucking books.
I'm saying I might use that idea.
Yeah.
I used to be thinking about. I used to be thinking about having somebody twerking in the background while I talk the Black Power.
Yeah.
I mean, just have somebody take their ass back there, like.
You know what
I mean, like, yeah, this is a class struggle.
Look,
The
man,
class
hey,
is good.
you got to play the game. Like, I know a lot about Pokemon cards because for some reason, beautiful women open fucking Pokemon packs. It just hypnotizes me on social media. So, like, I know Charizard and Charmander and all the fucking things now. I never touched a goddamn card in my life. But those videos do good. Like, that's what the algorithm pushes out there, which I'm thankful for. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And goth girls.
Frankly, I just want to like bitch about something for 1 second. The longest video, like probably early on, maybe a couple of months ago, because I was like, I'm a guitar teacher. I made like the longest amount of time I spent on a video was making like how I warm up when I have a gig where I'm playing anything that's intricate, and it took me like 2 days of planning exactly what I would put in there. Not a single fucking person saw that.
And you got humbled real quick, huh?
I used to do the same shit. Now, if you look at my videos, they're very simple. Maybe a couple cuts and captions, and that's literally it. But I used to be the same thing. Like, maybe if I do a transition here and I'll add a picture and a video and blah, 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 and it would get like 100 views on TikTok. Like, fuck. So now I literally, if I have a thought in my head, I grab my phone, I scream at my phone, and then I just add captions and post it. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? Maybe I should put a little more effort into it, but it seems to be working okay for the most part.
This is a sidetrack real quick. It's like on the same plane, but a little. I mean, hey, yo, I block people. I block probably like 50 people, 100 people a day. Every time somebody come on my social media platform and say something crazy, like I could tell they're not even trying to have a conversation, and they got like 1 or 2 followers. I'm blocking you, whatever. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, if you put a comment that is over there, all the way over there, left field, I'm blocking you. I'm deleting it. But how did I learn that? Yo, I remember people when I first got on social media, people used to write stuff and they say all this ignorant thing, whatever. And then I go on there and I take my time. Yo, I quote the book. I go everywhere. I grab the book. I look through there. I'm talking about to answer that question. I look through there and they just delete my shit.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing, man. That's the other thing too with social media. There's more bots on social media now than there's actual people.
Bro, they just delete my shit. Yo, that shit was so painful. Yo, I know that shit hurt people, yo. Yeah. Every time somebody writes a long ass comment, I just delete that shit. I know they feel like how I felt.
Damn it.
With Henny, right? Henny, like I said earlier, like he's a singer, writer, producer, whatever. I've seen, because I've known him for a minute now, and like I literally seen like, all right, I'm like, dude, he puts out a lot of like good music, and then like I would see his views go up when he put his music, and then you put the what's going on Epstein files and all that stuff, and get 200,000 views. Like it's literally that's what it's come down to. Like they fuck the positive shit, bring on the negative. That's what it's come down to.
Yeah. Well, in social media, whatever you're selling has to not be what you're actually selling. It has to be something. Yeah.
What? That just blew up my brain right there. I don't even.
What a
So I'm about to follow you.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm about to follow you, because I need you to teach me.
Yeah.
Teach me how not to push revolution.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So that's the trick to social media is if you're selling something, you're not actually selling the product. You're selling something else. You're selling the hook for them to go in there. And then what happens is it goes down a pipeline. So if, whatever that person grabs to, you could be selling, Gatorade or whatever that is. But if it pushes the algorithm down further enough, eventually you're going to get 1 or 2 or 3 buyers, and then 10 and then 20 and then 30. And it has nothing to do with anything that you are actually posting. But eventually somebody's going to see it and be like, hey, I need that product. That's something that I need, So social media is a weird thing. I know when I was started doing in the music, when starting just trying to give you the best song, that shit didn't work, So I had to package it in a way where, Trump is a very polarizing individual, so people either love him or hate him, So, and just politics in general, whether you're talking about, APAC money, like you guys were talking about, that's a very touchy thing right now, where people, before you go back 15 years ago, nobody cared about that, but now it's like, why are these billions of dollars being, transferred over to this foreign country? And people, you even see big politicians, commentators like, Tucker Carlson and even what's his name, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes. But
they're Semites, though.
Yeah,
they actually just
right. But you even see them starting to, hit the brakes. So it's like, and before you would see them and you'd be like, okay, these guys are 100% on Trump's side, and now everybody's hitting the brakes because of that money that's being sent over through AIPAC and Netanyahu and those guys.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole manosphere on the right. I really don't get it. Like Nick Fuentes, even Charlie Kirk, he was just such a bitch. You know what I mean? He really was. What's that other Andrew Tate who got arrested wearing loafers with no socks, capris, and a blouse from like JCPenney?
Yeah,
that purple shit. And these are the people these are the men that they idolize. It's crazy. But yeah, a lot of them, like even Dan, what's his name? Dan Bilzerian.
Yeah.
Benzino, the CIA guy?
I'm not sure.
No, that's John Curacao, I think you're thinking of. The CIA. There's another guy named Dan Bilzerian. He made his whole name by just being a disgusting pig of a human. But he's very anti-Israel, and he's attracted some people.
Was
you know what I'm talking about?
The thing with Louis Theroux? Was he one of the?
I can't remember. Okay. He used to always be on the internet with like a bunch of women on a yacht with guns and money and shit. Like he was just he's out there. But these are like. The right wing is nuts. These people are literally insane. I think they've talked themselves into some kind of psychosis that we just now have to deal with.
All right, let's jump into this last topic. All right, the Epstein files. All right.
Oh, fuck.
All right, so in January 2026, the government dropped like 3.5 million pages of the Epstein files and called it done. Why do you think dropping 3.5 million pages ended up following like less truth instead of more?
I genuinely believe like he attacked Iran. Very
no, sorry. Bomb a country.
One of the stupidest wars he could have possibly started. It's gonna cost $1.5 trillion. He doesn't give a shit about it. But like it's called like with lies anyway. It's called fire hosing, where you just say lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. Not that every politician lies, but like fascists do it a lot more often. And it's like it's one thing. His supporters don't particularly care much about it because they just think it's fake news. They just don't. And then anybody who even follows politics, there's so much stuff to talk about that like journalists, like even good faith journalists can't like keep up with like everything.
Yeah.
So like
and plus the Epstein files are just an enigma because it was all you heard before the election was release the files, lock up the pedophiles. And then they found, like I said before, though, they built their entire identity around Trump. So once they found out Trump is the pedophile that they've been trying to get rid of this whole time, they don't have any other options. They've built their entire personality. Like these people buy Trump hats and shirts and flags and yard signs and fucking gold sneakers and meme coins and NFTs. Like I could go on and on and on. Watches about the amount of Trump grifts that these people participate in. So like they're in deep. I mean, this is 10 years worth of programming to just worship Donald Trump. So they don't know what else to do. So now they found out that Donald Trump is literally the only person named more in the Epstein files than Donald Trump is Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I mean? Didn't they say like upwards of 1 million times this guy's mentioned? And now all of a sudden the show me her emails crowd doesn't believe emails. They spent all this time talking about show us Hillary's emails. And now we see Epstein's emails talking about Donald Trump all over the place. And they're like, that's not really proof. Chairman, we went through this at Delaney Hall. They're like, show it. Where's the proof? Show us the proof. Yeah, that's what their response is. Show us the proof. It's like, no, go fucking look at it yourself. I'm not gonna say here show it to you. That's stupid. But yeah, they worship Donald Trump. That's all they know. JD Vance, come on now. The guy has no charisma whatsoever. MAGA hates him. So Trump is it. So when I think when Trump dies, MAGA is gonna eventually just disintegrate into nothingness. But it's gonna be horrible watching it happen because it's gonna fuck up a lot of things in the process.
Those people that support him is because he's saying what they really think. Like when we talk about the manosphere, people supporting all them people, it's men that really believe what those men are saying. And they can say that in real life. They can say that in their homes. They can say that at their jobs. So they support these people that saying stuff that they believe. Like I don't listen to the manosphere. I don't even know none of those people. Because like the stuff they're saying is idiotic. It's ignorant. It's some savage shit. I'm not beef for it. They may have some real gripe and stuff in society, but the ways, the strategies, how they view it is totally wrong and corrupt. But even Trump, like nobody's going to hold him accountable. Who's going to prosecute him?
Nobody.
They're all in it. I'm not surprised if Obama in there, if Jay-Z in there, if all the famous
Bill Clinton's the big one. Bill Clinton's the big one.
Yeah. They're all in there. So like, and Trump probably knew. Trump probably like, they're not going to release all these files because the Democrats are in there too. So that's why he was talking shit until they started like releasing it. And he saw there was a possibility that these people that he put in office were going to actually release it. So he fired them. I mean, so but it shows a double standard. These people don't go to jail. You could eat people. You could rape people.
That's what they did too.
Kidnap, steal people. During Obama's presidency, what is her name? She was in charge of something, but she cut a deal with Epstein. I mean, for her not to have to pay, I don't know, for them not to pay no money or some shit, but they cut a deal with Epstein. Every administration, all these people were intertwined, entangled with the Epstein Island. What was her name? The one from the Virgin Islands, the black woman. She's sitting in the Congress and she's reading a text from Epstein while Trump, who was being grilled. Somebody was being grilled at Congress, but she's reading a text.
Oh, they were telling her what to say and shit, weren't they?
Yeah, Epstein was telling her what to say.
Yeah, I remember that.
At a congressional hearing. These people are above the law. I mean, that's why the Epstein file can prove whatever, it can show whatever. None of these people go to jail. All these presidents, our whole lifetime, have been war criminals. They started wars, bomb and kill people. None of them going to jail. You go to The Hague where they're trying to send Netanyahu. It's only African and like countries with brown people that are in The Hague. You telling me the only countries that commit crimes, genocide, are in Africa? I mean, like all these countries in Europe that brutalize, kill people, do torture people, none of them go to jail. Like I said, all of it, the United Nations, all these charters, all this goofy shit, ICC, all NAACP, all these people, it's all fraud shit. And we just sit here and they feed us this fraud shit and we start to believe it. We internalize it instead of building our own institutions to teach our own children, our own community. I don't see no other way. I don't see no other way in us transforming our communities because that's where it started at. I can't go to LA. I can't go to Poland. I can go wherever you at, Ray. You in Atlanta, Ray?
Nashville right now.
I can go to Nashville and be like, everybody, we gonna do this. Nobody know me. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I went to school here. I went to prison here. I got shot here. This is where I organize. You don't go nowhere else. And then when I organize here, you organizing where you at. It's called intercommunalism, where we start to work with each other from community to community because there is no nation state. This state does not give a damn about any of us. Whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're trans, whatever you are, the state is only here to make money off us.
Mhm.
We are all cattle.
Yeah.
They look at us as cattle.
Oh, speaking of cattle, they used, just to give you an example of, nobody's been prosecuted in the Epstein files, but they used like 83,000 flock cameras to catch a woman in Texas that had an abortion.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So they were more worried about using all those resources and stuff to catch one woman who had an abortion in Texas. But yeah, raping and eating kids is apparently okay in our society, as long as you have enough money.
Yo, I'm in my 40s. If I rape somebody in the 80s, I'm going to jail. If they get the paperwork now, in this sense, like they got evidence that I raped somebody in the 80s, I'm going to jail. I don't care how long it's been. They could talk about all of that. But right now, what didn't they say, what's his name in jail for that? Bill Cosby. He raped people in the 50s and 60s, dropping stuff in their drinks, and he's still in jail. These people got a whole island.
He's out.
No, he's been out for a while.
Oh, he out, right?
Yeah, he's been out for a while.
Yeah,
he's alive?
Yeah, he's
he's alive.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
He's
I thought
alive.
he was dead.
But
Still
he's
eats
out.
Jello pudding.
Yeah. Jello pudding.
I remember those.
Oh, shit.
I grew up for that era. I used to love Jello.
But it's like, it's real.
Jeremy.
And as Panthers, we have to highlight the contradiction and show people this is the double standard. Like on my page, yo, I posted about Fauci. Yo, I never took the shot. I mean, I didn't trust the government. I posted Fauci saying, I plead the fifth. They asked him about what you did in government, and he's pleading the fifth like he's a mobster. Like why can't you just tell the truth? Because you're gonna incriminate yourself for being a fraud.
Well,
So
they're trying to catch him in a perjury trap as well, though. So they are just trying to, like,
he needs to be in jail.
Anything
They just want to make an example of him.
He needs to be in jail. And even if you don't think he needs to be in jail for COVID, go look at how many people he killed during the AIDS trials. Yo, they used to have placebos, giving people placebos, telling them that this was medication to save them. They used to be using people as trials and giving them poison to kill them. Yo, bro, Fauci used to, like, okay, so if you're doing a test, you have to give one group a placebo and the other people
Control,
give them the real pill. Yo, this dude used to, like, they used to switch it around, like, do all kind of stuff because the medication companies was paying them, and they killed thousands of people. But no, he doesn't go to jail. And this was in the 80s. Yo, COVID was 2018. How the FEC still around to deal with COVID? All of these people are sociopaths from the Tuskegee experiment where they gave us syphilis till now. There is nothing the government can tell me I need to take that I'm going to take. I don't trust anything they say, and nobody should believe them because everything is for profit, even the jails that we're talking about. How can medication be for profit? How can health be for profit? Because all these people are crooks. They are scammers. I mean, so like, yo, I haven't been to the hospital in a minute, to the doctor, and I know it's wrong because I need to check on my health. I'm getting older, but I don't trust these doctors. I don't trust this system even more. And that's sad because I know in my mind I should go to the doctor, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid I go in there, the doctor talking about I got something I don't got. The doctor giving medication that will destroy my kidneys. I am literally, like, I don't believe in this system at all.
Have you guys got COVID? Have any of you guys ever got COVID?
I didn't.
I never COVID.
Yeah.
I lost my sense of taste and smell for a while. I thought I was having a stroke, but no, my mom's a nurse, and she's like, "No, it's COVID." But I didn't have any other symptoms, and I never caught it.
Yeah.
I was sick as hell.
Yeah.
I could not eat. I was laying in the bed. Till this day, I don't know if it was COVID, but I was sick as hell. So after I was sick, you see, I understand basic science that I have built an immunity now. I don't need to go take no vaccine because once you catch it, once you've been sick, you can look it up. Whoever's listening to the video, you can look it up. You build an immunity. You cannot catch it.
Yeah, but not as much as a vaccine does. I just want to say that. Like, I understand why you're like, like
we're gonna bet 4 quarters. No. We're gonna bet 4 quarters. We're gonna get a scientific report the next time we come, and it's gonna say to you, I'm gonna show you that it says the highest immunity you can get is actually catching the shit. That's why they used to give people the virus. They said like I think polio or whatever, some different. They said shoot people with it. So you have no. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not a medical scientist, but during that time, I spoke to doctors and I did research that said once you have it, that's the strongest level of immunity you can get. And
you are definitely more immune after you get it.
Them shots from Johnson and Johnson and all those people, it didn't give you no immunity. It was goddamn a placebo. It didn't do shit. You had to take like 30 of them shit.
I had like every strand, and I had it a bunch of times, and I had this one particular strand that I had me so bad I was dying, and then they gave me this stuff called Paxlovid. I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit worked because I was right back in action. Yeah, it left me with like cotton mouth, for a week. but
you just need a bunch of weed.
But if I didn't have that, I don't think this conversation is happening right now. Just so you guys know
what company made that?
I don't know if it was Johnson and Johnson, but it was called Paxlovid. If that wasn't around at the time, I don't know if this conversation would be happening right now. So.
Nah, I can dig it because I was sick as hell too. I don't know if it happened to you, but when I sneezed, my whole body felt like I was getting electric shock.
Yeah,
damn.
My whole body would tense up like this. Yeah, would tense up, and I could feel it like in my veins. I was in bed for like a week. You see, but when it happened, COVID wasn't big. They wasn't talking about COVID all around. Mm-hmm. I only put it together like a few months later. Like, damn, I probably had that shit. That's probably what I had. I'm not saying people didn't get sick. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people didn't get sick, that it wasn't COVID. I need everybody to understand that.
Point out those guys.
No, there was COVID. There was COVID. People were sick. And depending on how old you were, your immunity, all of that determine your survival rate. I am not saying it wasn't COVID. What I am saying is I don't trust just Johnson and Johnson.
It's hard. Yeah.
I don't trust none of them. I'm not taking nothing they offer.
Didn't they make shampoo?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Wasn't that
the shampoo company? That's where I remember from the baby shampoo.
No more tears.
Yeah, Diddy.
Yeah.
Baby oil.
No, I got the initial vaccine because of course I was watching TV, everybody's dying and shit. I'm like, oh my God. But then they were like, you got to get a booster every year. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why? That doesn't make sense to me. Every year I get the flu shot. Yeah, but I mean, I guess, whatever.
Google Johnson and Johnson cancer powder. These damn bastards give cancers to children in powder or some shit like that. I am not
baby powder.
Oh, the baby powder. Yeah.
I am not. I do not trust these people at all. And that's what I'm talking about. We raising kids. The kids that we raise that be in the camp, I'll be telling them, we need doctors. We need engineers. We should be producing doctors that are going to work for us, that are going to take care of us. I do not trust these doctors in these hospitals. I mean, I don't, nothing that they saying, I believe. I mean, and it's sad because I'm scientific. I am trained to follow the science, but I don't think what they're doing in this hospital is science. I think they're making money. I mean, they don't care.
A lot of times what it is. I mean, they charge you like $20 for an aspirin. You know what I mean?
I can't. And sometimes when we say this stuff, when we speak like this, I really have to explain it because I am not saying there's something wrong with science. Don't follow science. The highest level of truth is science because that's evidence. Science is evidence. I mean, so when people hear me say I don't trust the doctors, they probably think I'm against science. I'm with voodoo and all of this goofy shit. No, I believe in science. I just don't believe these people in these positions care about me, care about us. They're worried about maximizing profit. And if I gotta die
now, especially now, it's supercharged.
Just step for 1 second. It's I won't lie, a chairman, we probably wouldn't completely agree on vaccines and things like that, but what I do 100% agree with and why I completely understand the massive amount of skepticism towards doctors and towards companies like Johnson and Johnson and any of the companies that made the vaccines, Bill Gates made a ton of money because he made the research a closed source, which means instead of just sharing any information with everybody, he gave a bunch of money to places to keep it closed source so he could invest and make money. So even though I think the vaccine genuinely works, I can completely understand why, like, because everything is like so insanely profit like motivated. I can completely understand why you wouldn't like think your doctor has the best interest. So yeah, you $20 for an aspirin when you're like, and like there's so much that's messed up, especially with the healthcare system in America.
Yeah.
I don't blame people for not trusting these system, even if I like do maybe more so than you would. I still don't fault people for coming to that conclusion. I hope that doesn't sound.
Well, what about like you live in Poland? So how would you compare the healthcare system there to here?
Honestly, it's
socialized, right? In
it's
Poland,
a little
isn't
bit.
it? Or
It's
is
a little. It's semi socialized. I wouldn't claim to be an expert on it, but it is a lot cheaper. Thing with Poland is they don't have enough doctors, so sometimes things are a little bit longer. But yeah, like I've had like good experiences, bad experiences, but like I didn't go into debt.
You could afford it though.
Yeah, I could go.
Right.
Like, it was
we have people
expensive.
in America that go bankrupt because of medical
exactly.
debt.
So it's like I bitched about like a little small thing I needed done for like 500 zloty, which is like $125. I was like, this is BS. This is like so expensive, and I'm just like, my mom's like, that's nothing.
Right.
What are you complaining about?
The ambulance is 1,000.
I gotta go. If you guys want to keep on going.
I
have a flood warning.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Actually, I had one more question. We're gonna end it like this.
Nice.
We're gonna end it like this. I want everybody to answer this question. Do you think Donald Trump and MAGA is what is next for America?
Hell no.
It's already what's. You mean like the next?
I'm gonna say it again. Do you think Donald Trump and MAGA is what America is heading towards?
It's already there. I mean, like, he's the president. They control the Senate and the House. That's what we've had for the last like 2 years, and even when we had Biden, there's still like remnants from the first.
It didn't. It never went away. Yeah, it's like herpes. It just keeps coming back.
Yeah. So I wouldn't know anything about that. By the way, I wouldn't know anything about herpes.
Oh no, I wouldn't either. I just know they go away and they come back. That's all I know.
if you break it down like to the root of it, so like what is Donald Trump? Like it's just capitalism on steroids. It's just imperialism on steroids. Is that America? Is that where America is going? I think so. I think that's why they're building all these cop cities. It's like even if it's a Democrat that goes in, they're not changing how business is ran. They're not going to all these corporations. They're not breaking these deals. Because all of this is about money. It's about them exploiting us. I mean, like the people that he is giving money to, tax breaks, they're not the oil companies, the landlords, they're not changing none of that. I think it's going to keep getting worse and worse until there is a rebellion. I mean, it's the natural progression of capitalism. It's really starting to eat itself. We're trying to cannibalize on our own. This is not where we're doing it like in countries far away and the people can't see it. You're shooting white people in the face in Minnesota. I mean, not one white person, 2 white people in the face in Minnesota. I think it's going to the antagonism is going to continue to grow. Now, the only question is, what are we going to do? That's where I'm stuck at. Because we started a conversation and Jeremy said that Trump is building a bunker in the basement of the White House. What are we doing?
Right. We can't even agree on a lot of things, and they're preparing for it.
At some point, there's going to be a nuclear war. At some point, they don't have all these weapons just to have them for nothing. They've already dropped a nuclear bomb on the country already. At some point, something is going to happen. And if you're following the natural progression of things, you see where it's going. And I keep saying this, like for somebody that call themselves a revolutionary, I think I'm smart. I read all these books. If we are not prepared, if I'm not getting people to be prepared for what's to come, then we have failed.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the people, your neighbors, whether they be whatever, they may be gay, straight, whatever. Your neighbors, the people that you see every day, that you grew up with, that you send your children to play with. If you don't start to organize with those people and find out ways to solve the issues in your community, then you're sitting duck, because they're not all the gains that they have, they're not giving it back. They're not giving it back. The police state, everything that's going on, the cameras and everything. We on the computer. They're probably watching me. They got cameras on my TV. They listen to our telephone calls. All these things that we thought could never happen, they're all happening, and we are sitting here watching it.
Yep.
So it's like, what are we going to do? What is it individually? How are you going to prepare for this world that's coming? Or do you believe, nah, we're going to vote our way out of this, something going to change, something going to happen? I can't live like that. I live to prepare. Yeah, I live to prepare, yo. So by the time I die, shit, I want to have bomb shelters, not only here, but in Africa. Because I'm going in November to go organize there too. To start because we think this shit is just here. This shit is in Africa too. You got the Uncle Toms over there that do the same shit there. The shit is in Puerto Rico. We got a chapter in the Dominican Republic. You should see how the people live in there. You should see how they treat the people there. All around the world, capitalism is global. And if we don't start to act, we're going to be in serious shit. But what you think, Henny?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys bet on stuff, Vegas or whatever. I don't know if you guys do that. But if you go to Poly Market, they're huge underdogs in the midterms to win the House. So it's the lesser of the two evils. I don't know how you feel about that. He won't be able to pass things with regularity like he always does if he doesn't have the House and the Senate. So, and they're a slight favorite to win the Senate over the Democratic, So for me, I think he's going to be more lame duck for the rest of the time. And I don't know. If it was me and I was running and I was the president and now I'm strapped, I think that's why he's doing the things he's doing right now, because he knows it's coming. I think he might just quit.
I don't think they're going to let.
I mean,
Congress has already come out and admitted they're just not going to certify the election results and call it a fraud. So they're already setting up the stage to just discredit the election. They're going to do everything they possibly can. I guarantee it's going to be an absolute shit show.
I've heard that.
To include because ICE is a militia. Okay, they're not cops. They're not army. They're not special forces. What?
I could see what Henny said. I could see him quitting. I can see him saying man, fuck
Really?
this.
I mean, yeah, because
I could see Trump quitting.
Yeah.
Yo, if he lose both of the houses and he's there and they threaten him with impeachment. Yeah, all of that shit. I could just see him saying, man, keep this shit.
He's 80 years old.
Yeah, but we got to remember who's pulling the strings. We got to remember, even the Democrats are not going to prosecute Trump because Israel will not allow it to happen. He is Israel's puppet.
But see, everybody still wants to be in charge. So in order to make good with your base, you're going to want to say, hey, look, we have the House or the Senate or even both. We're not going to let none of this slide. So vote for us in the next presidency. Yeah. We need that. So, and if Trump,
that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, and Trump is like, I don't need this. I'm 80 years old.
I mean, think about it, though. You know what's crazy? Even before all this Epstein shit came out, man, we could have prosecuted Trump he should never have been on the ballot for the second time. He stole classified documents. He stole nuclear secrets and put them in his fucking bathroom. The fact that he got to run it's like firing your worst employee for stealing, and then a couple years later going, but I bet he'll do better this time. You know what I'm saying? It's the dumbest shit ever, but that's America in a nutshell.
But people were talking about it. So, like, if you're talking about it, it keeps your name in the news. That's why he won.
True.
So.
That's what it is, man. Everybody has a short memory.
Go
ahead. Go ahead.
No, but I honestly think I would, if I was him and I lost either the House or the Senate or even both, and I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do, I quit. I'm done.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
right.
Let Native Vans do it.
Before we go, Henry, before we go, Real talk, man. I wish my voice, I wish my composure and everything I do was how you move. I wish I had the hair too. Word up. I mean, like you got blessed out there. Look at Luke. Look at Luke, man. You doing things. Like look at Ray. Y'all eating out here. I mean, look at this man.
You eating too, man. You're doing good things for the community, for real, man. You're a real hero, for real, man.
I give it all up for some dreads. Like nah. Like,
hey, Jeremy, man, send us out with an outro. Give us some. Send a message to Trump and his MAGA supporters real quick.
I live for the people. I die for the people. That's all they need to know. If they understood we all move like that, they would shut up. You wouldn't even see them. If we live for the people and we die for the people.
Yeah, I just tell them to go fuck themselves personally.
Andy, what Tupac said? Tupac said, how can a nigga do something to a nigga that's next to me and changes? I mean, like Tupac said it. How can anything happen? How can anything happen to my brother if he's next to me?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so if we all work together, if we was all working together, we was together, there's nothing these people could do to us. But we are not moving like that because we haven't built the institution to teach our children to move like that. I mean, so I live for the people, I die for the people.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that one. I like that. All right, this is the Random Shuffle. We are out, y'all. Take care. Thank y'all, man.